Spoiler alert, we don't love this movie.
Yeah.
In fact, we don't really like it, but I want to talk about something specific about the movie that I only noticed on doing research for this, and I really don't like, which is the poster for this movie. It's not even objectively bad or anything. It's Zendaya in front of the logo saying Zapped, and the word app is like highlighted in Zapped to make it be like, oh, it's like a phone.
Yeah.
Sure,
And she's
fine.
holding a phone.
She's holding a phone. Fine, whatever. What's stupid is the boy of the movie,
Jackson.
is in the background of that, but it's like he's anamorphing from a cool version of himself to like the straight-laced normal version of himself.
Basically him without a beanie.
Yeah, it's the beanie look versus the not beanie look. We'll get into the fact that that's the only change in his character.
Yeah.
Between interactions.
Yeah. But she doesn't even
She doesn't do that. So it's implying something completely different. Also, it says starring Zendaya, which is true, but like that's part of your headline. Yeah, I guess sure. And it also says boys will be boys, but better. That's our opinion on this film.
Yeah, that about sums it up. Welcome, everybody, to the DCOM Duo podcast.
I'm BenG.
I'm Kelsey.
And we're the DCOM Duo.
Podcast.
Today, we're talking about the Disney Channel original movie, Zapped.
Oh, boy.
Let's not bury the lead on this one. This was both of ours worst DCOM.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Both of us individually ranked this last when we watched it the first time. And our general combined house rating also had this last.
It's just bad. It's like offensive.
Yeah. Which makes it honestly an easier one to talk about within this podcast, I believe, because there's actually stuff to say about. It's much more identifiably bad than a lot of the other stuff that's near our bottom, because other movies that are DCOMs are bad because they're boring.
Right.
Because usually when the DCOMs have a great thing of being so bad they're good, that a lot of these like melodrama middling films are really the ones we get the least enjoyment on. This movie is not the boring type of bad. It's still a kind of boring movie.
It's still a little boring, but that's not why we don't like it.
What we don't like about it is A, it's incredibly sexist.
Oh yeah.
B,
it's like the whole premise.
Yeah. Like even you're exploring the concepts of sexism, and that's fine and fine to talk about. They just do a bad job of having any nuance about it.
Yeah.
And it messes everything up.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's also just like problematic in a way where if my kid watches, I feel like they're getting the wrong morals.
Yeah.
And that's not good.
I don't really like what this movie does.
And the plot's like stupid.
And the dialogue sucks.
Yeah. It's just got no redeeming qualities, but more importantly, it just like I dislike it in a way that's not even really fun to hate on.
Mm-hmm.
Like I do with other movies.
Yeah, it's just like, oh, this is a bad one. This is Disney Channel.
Which this is I'm not going to say it's a hot take or anything within there. I've seen other people dislike this movie, but this is not universally revered as an awful movie or anything. A lot of people, I think, have semi-fond memories of this as a child.
Really?
Yeah.
I never even heard of this one, but it was kind of after my time, so that makes sense enough. Disney Channel just like they were following their formula, but in like the worst way possible. And it ended in this product. That's not good.
All right, well, that's our podcast. Oh, wait, we have to actually talk about the movie? Well, do we have any like fan mail to bite us over a little bit?
We do, actually.
Oh, hell yeah.
I saw a comment on Spotify. It's the first one ever on Spotify, which was cool. It's from Claude. He says it was on our concert bonus episode about the Descendants Zombies World Collide tour. And he said we're going to be getting more male characters in Descendants Wicked Wonderland. Because we were talking a lot about how, like, there's no new male characters in Rise of Red and how they were like scrapping for anyone to be in
Mhm.
the concert. So he says there's gonna be more male characters in
That's
this
good.
one. So I'm excited for
I
that.
feel like there's a lot of room for boy characters within
Oh
the
yeah,
Descendants franchise.
for sure. It's very girl driven, which is good. Like I like all the girls. I think that's not a bad thing at all. But like you can explore some more boy characters too. That's fun. So thank you, Claude, for letting us know that.
Appreciate the comment, Claude. All
Cool,
right.
cool, cool.
With that,
If you want to reach out to us, you can email us at the decomduo@gmail.com.
yeah. Or
Or
message us on Spotify.
or yeah, or YouTube or anything.
All right. Factos for Zapped. Yahoo.
Yeah.
This release June 27th, 2014,
Mm-hmm.
making it the 94th DCOM.
Wow.
Wow. 2014, like, time is a paradox for me. 2014 was like 11 years ago, so that makes sense. This is in between Zendaya's shows on Disney Channel. That makes enough sense to me, but 2014 feels too recent for this film.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It feels like a 2011er to me mentally.
Mm-hmm.
The director of this film is Peter DeLuise. I hope I pronounced that correctly. He's also director of 16 Wishes, which is what
Whoa.
we call the most decom non-decom.
Yeah. And that's not a great movie, but it's miles better than this one.
That one's so bad it's good in the way that a typical
Yeah.
mediocre decom is.
Yeah.
There's crazy stuff with it and it's fun to cheer about.
Yeah.
The crazy stuff in this one is not fun to cheer about.
Right.
Peter DeLuise is best known for being part of the main cast of 21 Jump Street. He's like one of the original officers, I believe, in the show. And he has a lot of other acting credits that are notable as well. Yeah, he's more of an actor than director stuff, but he is still a big director and producer. He's done a lot of work within the Stargate TV franchise, the Garage Sale Mystery series, and the When Calls the Heart franchises. I think that's a Hallmark thing. Stuff where he's had a lot of credits and like that's what he's been working on, but I don't really know it.
Mm.
Yeah. Alluded to before, but playing our main character Zoe Stevens is Zendaya. No last name.
Whoa, Zendaya. Her like I was gonna say her one lead decom. I mean, she co-leads Frenemies.
Yeah.
So
Zendaya, as Kelsey mentioned, is in front of me, so we have talked about her before, but this is clearly the biggest decom role she has.
yeah,
She's only in two decoms, and the other one, she is a co-lead of a third of the movie.
true.
Uh, she was a star on the Disney Channel. She was in Shake It Up, and she was also in Casey Undercover.
Uh-huh.
She was the lead role in both of those shows.
Yes.
Um, and since then, she's just on an absolute tear of an acting career.
Household name now.
Yes, absolutely A-list star,
Mhm.
undeniably.
Yep.
So I've talked with Kelsey before. Like, there is not many Disney starlings who have had more success than Zendaya, and I don't think there's a single one acting wise who has.
True. Like,
For
do you
Disney,
count Zac Efron?
Zephron, you can definitely count. I would probably argue Zendaya's had more success.
Yeah, that's probably true.
You can also count uh, Ryan Gosling on a technicality, in which case I'd say Gosling has Zendaya beat, but
Yeah, like Mickey Mouse is
that
what you're
feels
saying?
like more of a like
It's
punt
not
away, yeah,
yeah,
because of Mickey Mouse.
yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't really count that. It's not the Disney Channel as we know it,
Yeah,
so
Zendaya was in the Marvel Cinematic Universe Spider-Man films,
yeah.
including will be in the next one.
You you labeled it Spider-Men.
Yeah, in the Spider-Man films.
The Spider-Men
There's
film.
multiple Spider-Men in the most recent one.
I guess that's true.
She was in The Greatest Showman. She was in both of the Dunes that have happened. Will be in the
Mhm.
third one as well. She was in Challengers, the main role within there.
Incredible.
Yeah. She's won 2 Emmys for lead actress in a drama for Euphoria, which
Mhm.
she also executive produces on.
Right.
So she's got that in her. I should briefly mention she's done some music, especially during her time with Disney. She was
Yeah.
trying to be a singer a little bit.
Mhm.
She has a song in Zapped. We'll talk about that when we get there. But
Mhm.
She's way more of an actress now, especially because she's just genuinely gotten really big as an actress. She's married or marrying Tom
Yeah,
Holland.
they're engaged.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Uh, since we last discussed her, the stuff that I needed to update on was she's going to be in Shrek 5 when that finally comes out, and also
That got deleted.
Christopher Nolan's The Odyssey.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So that's Zendaya. She's in a lot. Don't let this tarnish. Whenever I tell people I've watched every Disney Channel original movie, people ask all the time, what's the worst one?
Mhm.
It's that and the favorite is what I get asked
Yeah,
all the time.
that makes sense.
And whenever I tell people, oh, it's Zapped, that's my least favorite one. First off, people don't usually know what it is. I'm like,
Right.
Zendaya's in it.
It's the Zendaya one,
And
other
I'm
than
like,
Bunnies.
how did this not ruin her career a little bit?
I know, I feel like it's so swept under the rug, like, this one, like, nobody just really cared about it.
Yeah.
It did not that it, like, got backlash or anything, I don't think it did.
No, I don't think this was controversial really at the time, which I feel like it should have been.
It should have been.
Yeah. Playing the role of the best friend in the movie, Rachel,
Mhm.
is Chanel Peloso. She had a minor role in Radio Rebel.
You know, her costume in this movie fits right in with Radio Rebel.
Yeah, the character of Rachel in this movie is every character other than Zendaya, I feel like is a stereotype character. Maybe also the main stepbrother is not really a stereotype,
Right.
but
Yeah.
literally I think everyone else is,
Mhm.
and that's kind of insane. It's the most stereotypical like cookie cutter. This is your liberal geeky girl with no friends.
Yeah, but she also wears a fedora.
Yep. Oh, as was the style of the time.
Yeah, as Disney Channel would make you believe.
All the layers, all the hats.
Yeah.
Yeah. And this again, I don't want to judge anyone for their acting within this film, especially. We see Zendaya go on and have all this success. I think this film is way more flawed than the actors.
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't even think anyone does a necessarily bad performance except maybe the actor for Jackson.
Yeah.
It's just what are we doing with this movie?
I don't know.
So yeah, she had a minor role in Radio Rebel. She's had recurring parts in Cartoon Network. I believe these were both live action shows, Level Up and Incredible Crew.
Okay.
More recently, she's still getting minor roles. She's in like a Barbie show. She's in a My Little Pony show,
Okay.
but mostly recurring roles, smaller stuff. Speaking of Jackson, he's played by Spencer Boldman. He was in the main cast of Disney XD's Lab Rats show,
Wow.
which is a show that's significant to Disney history that I know like nothing about.
Mhm.
Um, I put down that he was only 22 at the time of this film because I've made fun of him before for looking like he's 30 in this classroom of high schoolers,
Yeah.
and
He looked older.
he looks older than he was at the time,
Yeah.
which some people do that, but it's unfortunate when you're trying to play young.
I honestly feel like part of it's the makeup that they did on him.
Yeah,
It looked like he was wearing makeup.
yeah, and I think just like his body structure,
Yeah. He didn't look like a high schooler.
no.
And he wasn't, so.
He's been in a few episodes of I'm in the Band, Jesse, iCarly, among other
Okay.
things. But yeah, not that much. And apparently, according to like one IMDb fun fact, he's a childhood friend of Zendaya.
Do you know how old she was when it filmed?
I did not mark that down.
How old was Zendaya in 20? I'm gonna say 13 because that's probably when it filmed. She was about 17. That's probably why they don't kiss.
Well, they do kind of
He
kiss.
kisses her on the cheek.
Yeah.
But I mean, they probably could have kissed and it would have been fine. But yeah.
Yeah. Playing the role of Taylor, the mean girl, who Kelsey has a conspiracy theory they never say her name a single time in this film.
I swear to God, they never said her name because I was waiting so long to write down what her name was because I kept writing popular girl. I had to look up the character's name. And I'm not going to watch Zapped again to confirm it. But y'all, I don't think they say that her name is Taylor ever.
Yeah. But we're calling her Taylor because that's what the credits said.
Yeah.
It's Amelia McCarthy.
Hmm.
She's probably best known for being one of the ACs, Lacey, in the Zombies franchise.
Yes. Yeah. Pretty fun. Pretty
Yeah.
fun role.
She also had a main cast. She was a main cast member of the Nickelodeon show Max and Shred. I don't know much about that one, but it was a sitcom. And she currently has a main role in the Canadian medical drama SkyMed.
Oh.
Honestly, I wish I love a good mean girl in DCOM.
Mhm.
I wish Taylor was kind of in a better film within this. Like, the writing for that. Some of this stuff is good. The problem is also the climax of the movie just has her, like, raising slaves,
Yeah,
basically. And
true.
because they need to make it look like Zendaya didn't do anything bad.
And I wish she had a clearer motivation. Most popular girls are like, I want to be prom queen,
Yeah.
and she just wants to be evil.
But, like, the best I can talk about this movie is her dial, like, her sassiness fully fits within, like,
Oh
what
yeah.
I'm looking for in a decom. Her commentary with her lackey
Yeah.
goes pretty well.
Yeah, I don't mention the lackey much in my notes, but it works for what they're doing.
Like, that's not the failure point of this movie.
Yeah.
Playing the role of Adam Thompson, the oldest stepbrother, is Adam DeMarco.
Oh, his name's also Adam?
Yeah. He was also in Radio Rebel.
Yes, I did recognize him as the love interest in Radio Rebel.
Yeah.
He's in the G's.
As we
The
talked about with
G's.
Radio Rebel, he had roles in the shows The Order and The Magicians, and he was part of the main cast of The White Lotus season 2.
That's cool.
And since we last talked about him, he actually is part of the main cast of a pretty recent crime show, Overcompensating.
Mm,
I saw an ad for it once, but it's like renewed for another season already. So nothing.
good.
Yeah, he's doing well. And again, like I don't think he's necessarily. I don't think any of the actors are necessarily the problem.
No, I do not. The acting is not where I'm annoyed at all, except maybe Rachel.
Rachel, okay, Jackson's acting is bad,
Jackson
but
and
it's
Rachel.
bad in a funny way. Like it's
My problem with Jackson is all the times he like doesn't talk,
yeah.
and it's so awkward.
Yeah. And then Rachel is just like I think the worst written character in this film actually
Yeah,
because
she's just
they
annoying.
don't know what they're doing with that.
Yeah.
Oh. But I think Adam DeMarco for what this role is, he delivers like the most believable lines.
Yeah. No, he has some acting chops in there, you know. It's a shame he's in Zapped and Radio Rebel, but he's doing good for himself now.
Yeah. It was all building blocks.
Mhm.
Playing the middle stepbrother, Zach Thompson, is Connor Cowie. He only had 3 other credits on IMDb, and I had not heard
Wow.
of any of the things.
He's really a nothing character in this movie too.
Yeah.
So.
Playing the youngest stepbrother, Ben Thompson, is William Inskoff. He had main roles in like the Seed TV series and Ready Jet Go TV series. Do I know what those are? No. Did he have any other credits? No. Like very little else. Playing the dad or the stepdad, Ed Thompson, is Alex Panovic. He's had actually a pretty decent amount of notable roles. I didn't go too deep into it all. This is the part where I'm like, I'm going to speed through some of these folks. He had notable roles on Arctic Air, Van Helsing, Snowpiercer, which was pretty recent, among other things. And yeah, still very active as an actor through this day.
All right, dude.
Just one of those guys who was like, pound some credits.
Yeah, his bit in the movie was that he was made to be quiet. I thought he actually did that really well.
Yeah.
To make it funny.
Again, there's positives we can say about this movie. The amount of positives we can say about like our second least favorite decom is very few. We can say a lot more positives about Zap.
Are you talking about Quinns?
I was talking about Rip Girls, I think.
Oh, is Rip Girls the bottom? I actually don't know.
I mean, we both have our own
I thought it was
rankings
Quinns.
in there. Dad Nap's also way down there.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, you're right. It was Rip Girls and then Quinns was right above Rip Girls.
Jeannie Stevens, the mom, is played by Lucia Walters. I wasn't even going to mention her down, but then I accidentally already put her name in, so I'm like, I'll look at what she did, and she has 123 credits on IMDb, and the amount of things that I could recognize within there was like Zapped. So she's just one of those people grinding out paychecks, and that's totally cool and valid, but also I don't know anything that she's in, and I don't think she was major roles in any of it.
Mm-hmm.
Playing the role of Crip, the Tripster,
Yeah.
is Jedediah Goodacre.
Oh, we've talked about him before.
Yeah, he's in the Descendants franchise. He plays Chad Charming.
Chad Charming.
More of a character within there, not even that he's a main character really within the Descendants franchise, but yeah. In there, we've talked about how he was in Finding You, and Chilling Adventure Sabrina, Fire Country, Tracker, Woman of the Hour's been some stuff he was in.
He's in Fire Country?
Yeah, like an episode or two, I believe.
Oh, okay.
Not a main character, I don't think.
We meme about that show.
We do meme about that show.
We haven't watched any of it.
We're Survivor fans, and we watch Survivor live, so we see a lot of CBS shows,
Yeah, the commercials.
commercials for them. Tracker's also on there.
Yeah, we also.
So we have like our
Tracker.
own in-jokes about every single CBS show
Yeah.
that we haven't watched. Sometime we don't have to do this on air. Sometime it would be fun for us to just look through like CBS's TV schedule and figure out our joke for each show, because I think we have one basically.
Yeah.
Playing the role of Yuki, which is Taylor's best friend, the lackey, I put her down, is Larisa Tronco. She had a main role on the Nickelodeon show Make It Pop. Otherwise, minor credits mostly, but still pretty active today. She has a current recurring role on CBS's Watson.
Oh, cool.
Playing the role of Charlie, Rachel's love interest.
Oh, yeah, Charlie.
Yeah, I wasn't going to put him down, but I decided to at the end. It's Samuel Patrick Chu. He had minor roles in Girl vs. Monster and Radio Rebel.
Wow, DCOM King.
Yeah, I think one of those was like hippie number one.
Nice.
I think this is his biggest one of those.
Yeah, he has a name in this one, so.
He also had semi-notable roles in iZombie and in Diary of a Wimpy Kid, the original film franchise.
Mm-hmm.
And then finally to mention, playing short dork dancer is Zachary Gibson. He plays Doug from Descendants. I'm not mentioning much here, but
he was Doug in Descendants, so we gotta shout him out. Short dork dancer, he's not short.
I think he's the shortest of the four.
Really? They're all so tall then, because Zachary Gibson is not short.
No. I mean, it was before probably his final growth.
That's true. He probably grew taller after the fact, and Zendaya is tall.
Yeah.
So I think she was.
And Zendaya was older.
Yeah, and she was probably wearing heels too.
Yeah. Dancing in heels. No, she was wearing sneakers.
No, she wore sneakers when she danced. I'm talking about otherwise. Maybe she was always in sneakers. I don't know.
For the fun fact, I have that this is actually based on a book.
Oh.
This is based on Boys Are Dogs by Leslie Margoli.
Why they change it to Zapped?
I think they wanted to advertise like the phone aspect of it all.
Yeah, you know what? Boys Are Dogs is a terrible name.
Yeah.
But it does accurately portray how bad this movie and then the concept is.
It's part of a 5-book series.
Oh, Jesus. That's why they sequel baited?
That's why I believe they sequel baited, and I wonder if they were really planning to do all 5 movies at any point.
Jesus.
Because this movie didn't even do that badly.
Really? Because it has Zendaya.
Yeah, like Zendaya was within there. It got 5.7 million views, the most watched cable broadcast of its night on premiere. Like, again, I don't think it was beloved or anything, but I'm kind of surprised that it gets that reception and then they don't do anything with it after sequel baiting. This film, sequel baiting, again, is wild. But yeah, the other books in the series are Girls Acting Catty.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Everybody Bugs Out.
Oh, they're all turned into bugs?
One Tough Chick.
Chickens?
And Monkey Business.
I'm losing the plot. It starts with Boys Are Dogs.
It's called the Annabelle Unleashed series.
Okay.
The main character in Boys Are Dogs, the book, is actually named Annabelle. They changed it to Zoe.
Is this even then an adaptation of the book?
It feels pretty distinct from what I like. I was able to find some information on it. I didn't do too much research. But yeah, they changed the name of the main character. The book, I think this is the biggest difference of them all. The book has it take place in 6th grade, which to me would make the entire thing feel way more loose and easy to like enjoy.
So it's
High school is too
12-year-olds?
serious, you know?
Yeah.
What's going on in 6th grade, that actually matters.
Right.
But
yeah, they're all like 12 and
I feel like if they made this a younger thing, this whole plot works a lot better.
Yeah, I see you also said there's no phone.
Yeah,
It's a training dog manual. How does that work at all then? There's no magic element
I
to
don't
it?
know.
That's so
I
dumb.
didn't look too deep into it. Also, in the book, Rachel and Jackson are siblings.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah,
You
that's
can
more
change
seems like
that.
a very small twist.
Yeah. Okay.
Do you want to hear the Disney Plus description?
Oh, sure.
When her mom remarries, Zoe finds herself living a messy, chaotic house with her loud stepdad and three out of control stepbrothers. After a freak accident with her smartphone, Zoe discovers that she has a magical app that can control the boys in her life. Thrilled at the chance to restore order to her world, Zoe begins commanding the boys in her life to behave better. But she soon learns that when you don't allow boys to be boys, you open a whole new can of worms.
Can of worms? This is Zapped. You can't take that from Can of
Mhm.
Worms. Did
Oh,
they say open a can of worms in the description of Can of Worms? I don't remember.
I think it did.
I hope it did.
I think it's very interesting that in this short Disney Plus description, they use the phrase "the boys in her life"
Mhm.
twice.
The boys in her life and the boys in her life.
Yeah, like I feel like you could have worded that better.
Yeah. The men in her life. I don't know.
Males.
All right. You ready to jump into the movie?
I am ready to fag them.
Like,
I'm ready to Phantom of the Megaplex into this movie
sick. All right.
because this movie deserves to get megaplexed.
Yeah, you know what? Happy spooky season, everyone.
Happy spooky season. Our next episode is Return to Halloween Town. Spoilers.
Spoilers!
Look, we
Spoiling
don't
the end of the
spin for it.
He's
It-
spoiling the end of the episode.
yeah, well, guess what? Now you have to put the card here.
Okay, well, first we're gonna talk about all of Zap. Strap in for an hour plus of us talking about this movie, okay? So we open up. It doesn't say Disney Channel original movie. It says
Starting on the wrong foot
Disney Channel presents, baby.
because this was a cinematic. It's it's not a Disney Channel original movie. This is something they're proud of.
Yeah, they are presenting
It
this.
does feel like Disney was proud of this movie.
They shouldn't be.
I know.
We're at a bleh, we're at a wedding reception, and Zendaya, character named Zoe, I shall refer to her as Zoe now, holds up her phone and it says toast with little glasses going clink, clink, clink. So that's how we know it's time for a
Yeah, she
toast.
was like pressing the button on her phone to make it make noise. We're not going to draw too much attention to this, but basically, this is the only time we really see her use her phone in the whole movie that she's supposed to be phone obsessed.
There's like one other time, but it's so insignificant. It barely matters. They the whole time are like, oh my god, she loves her phone so much. And they like never really show her using it.
Okay, smartphone.
Okay, smartphone. I could just tell that you like your phone.
What,
Okay.
because it's bedazzled?
Yeah. So Zoe gives a speech as the maid of honor and daughter of the bride. She's like, I'm so happy for my mom that she found love again. But, it's just been the two of us for a while now. But now there's new people we're living with.
The classic exposition through a wedding toast.
Yeah. She goes, like Ted. And he goes, oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, that's me. Which is her new stepdad. And he has three sons, Adam, Zach, and Ben. Zoe's like, I'm not super thrilled to live with four guys and all of their odors that they blame on the dog. And
I'd
also
like to
there's a
point out
dog.
this is a toast for her mother's wedding,
Yeah,
and it's just like terrible.
she's just complaining about now she has to live with four men and a
She's
dog.
trying to do like crowd work.
Yeah, and the crowd work is weird. I mean, they're laughing, but I don't know. This is a weird wedding speech. Um, she's like, "Oh yeah, the dog. Uh, the dog's name is Humphrey, and he's male, so that's actually five males." Haha. And then Humphrey like runs off and he's tied to a table.
No reason for Humphrey to run off, but
I don't
you go, King.
remember. Was there a reason? Not a reason. Humphrey just drags the table. The table is apparently like 5 pounds because Humphrey can just drag it behind him. Um, and the boys chase him, and then they end up knocking over like a I wrote dynamo. I meant domino. Not a dynamo of flowers, a domino of flowers. Like flower vases. They knock over like dominoes, um, and knock over the chocolate fountain, and then chocolate gets all over Zoe. and she toasts to my new family.
Yeah, this is the first of several Goops in this film.
Oh my god, that's Goop. I totally forgot about Goop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did a bad job. I still want to at some point go through every DCOM and count up all the Goops. I had a list going at one point for these and I fell off it and it's too
Well,
far to
have
get
fun
back.
watching all the movies again, I guess.
Gotta be the third time. But yeah, this movie has like 5 Goops in the first 30 minutes, I feel.
Yeah, that was one of them. Yeah. So now it's a new morning. We're in Zoe's room and the dad blows an air horn and yells for everyone to wake up and the boys all scramble. And so Zoe comes out after that rude awakening and the dad's like, "Hi, hey, girl, gal, girl, gal." Like he doesn't know how to talk to girls.
Presumably, it seems like these characters have never interacted before, which seems odd, even if, A, it's clear that they haven't just moved in, it's probably recently moved
Oh,
in.
her room is so
It's
set
so
up.
set up. They don't have even like a box in the corner to pretend like she's unpacking.
There's like musical notes painted on the wall with a Z hung up. Like this looks very put together.
Um, so that's crazy.
Yeah.
Second of all, these characters, even if it wasn't like the move in, would have interacted before.
I guess not on a school morning though, and this is like what it's jarring. 'Cause,
Yes,
like this
for
is
the hi girl gal doesn't make sense.
yeah, he just doesn't know how to talk to her at all, I guess. Um, so Zoe like goes in the bathroom to like wash her face and stuff, and Ben walks in on her, and he's like, "There's only 2 bathrooms, so we gotta share." And then he's like messing with her stuff, and then like she goes to the toilet, and the toilet seat is up, and it's gross.
Boys.
Boys, right?
I should keep a list. I'm not going to, but how many times it's implied like boys do this and that's bad.
Yeah, boys are gross.
Which, yeah, like toilet seat debate, whatever. Everyone knows that one. That's like a gimme. I'm not going to be mad about that. I'm mad about it in the grander scheme of the whole movie.
Yeah. Zoe heads downstairs, ready for the day, and then Ben's like feeding his dog an eraser.
Very minor scene. He's like, don't chew this pencil. Here, have the eraser. Dogs can't eat erasers.
He's gonna kill that dog.
Yeah.
Adam is like, "Where are my pants? Where are my pants?" And he's wearing underwear, and he like backs his butt into Zoe.
Very weird.
It was so weird.
Very unnecessary.
Yeah. And like he's wearing boxers, which are basically shorts, but still like having that moment of him like backing his ass
Having
into her.
2 teenagers that are about to initiate a relationship as siblings
Yeah.
get into like a provocative position.
That was weird.
It's just weird. And like,
I didn't like
why did they
it.
do it?
No, it was so unnecessary because like the build up to it was at least like 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Too. It wasn't like everyone's scrambling and it's chaotic. It was
And I
like
get
just
it's like, oh
Adam.
my god, I hate the boys, but you could have done the whole thing without him putting his butt on her lap.
Yeah, that was weird. Zoe's like trying to set boundaries and Adam like rambles on about sports and whatever. And he's like, "This house runs as a well-oiled machine. So you just need to get used to it." And then Ben talks about how dogs never betray their own instincts or turn against their own pack. And this comes back.
Yeah. Kelsey was like, do I need to write that down? And I said, yes.
Yes, actually.
Believe it or not, that's the moral of the movie. This will come back late in the 3rd act.
Yeah, crazy. So then Zach is in the kitchen making like a gross they're pancakes, but he's like putting them in the blender.
It's like protein pancake mix.
Yeah.
Zach's entire character, there's a lot of these within here. So Zach's the middle child within here. He
Yeah.
is the classic, for some reason, all DCOM like crazy families have this. The kid that's really into cooking. And I think it's entirely in all of these DCOMs so that they can get some goop jokes for cheap.
True.
And his whole thing is he puts a bunch of gross food together and makes it all work.
Except it doesn't work.
Well, yeah. I mean, the family seems to like it other than Zoe.
I guess. Zoe like has her nice dance shoes in a bag and she puts it on the counter, which is just full of food and stuff. So I'm blaming her for this. Because if she really cares about these shoes, she shouldn't keep them there.
Fully agree.
The boys do gross boy things with food. Zoe just wants to get her cottage cheese from the fridge because that's what she eats for breakfast. She eats cottage cheese. And Zach used it in his pancake batter.
Notably, the cottage cheese had the name Zoe on a sticky note, but it was also facing the back of the fridge. So,
Oh, it was?
yeah,
Oh, that's why he didn't see it. I'm like, but her name's clearly on it.
like if you want that to be used, maybe put the sticky note facing front.
Yeah, that would help. Zoe asked her mom if it's gonna be like this every day before school, and the mom's like, maybe. We're just used to doing things one way, and the boys are used to a different way. And so basically, what she's saying is, you need to adapt to their way because their way is right now. And they don't have to adapt to you at all. They don't have to listen to your boundaries. That's what she's implying.
Yeah, the mom's not good within this. The mom's actually pretty bad
The
through this
mom,
whole movie.
the mom is such a nothing character. She does nothing to help her
Yeah,
daughter.
being a non-existent mother, like, doesn't work within this film because it's like should be established with everything that she exists and is there for her daughter. Like,
Mhm.
she just isn't actually.
Yeah, no. That's crazy. Then she gives Zoe a little music box from her childhood that was from her dad, and her dad presumably died, right? The way they're talking about him. Of like, oh,
Yeah.
this music box is so special. Like,
It'd be
yeah.
weird if they did this when it was a divorce.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure the dad is dead. And then the mom tries to pump her up for the new school and the dance tryouts later today.
Yeah.
So then in the kitchen, more chaos happens. Zoe looks for her bag that she, carelessly put in all this mess. Zach didn't put the lid on the blender, so all of the goop goes everywhere.
Sploosh splash.
More goop. And they apologize to Zoe. And they're like, well, boys will be boys, right?
Sidebar.
Mm-hmm.
I hate the phrase "boys will be boys."
It's a horrible phrase.
It is.
Boys don't need to be accountable for their actions.
Yeah, well, there's two uses of "boys will be boys."
Mm-hmm.
One is justifying genuinely heinous acts
Yeah.
to like try and hand wave it away, which is terrible. And the other way is just like taking someone's interest or hobby and like shelving it away as something unworthy or like just a sidebar within there, not serious.
What do you mean?
It's the less common way within here, and it's not really something this movie does because this movie is sexist against men in the ways of just saying all the terrible things that men do without really ever elaborating or making human characters.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen people use the "boys will be boys" phrase in something to just kind of like trivialize like serious issues on the other end.
Okay. I don't like it because it like implies that
You can't
girls.
change anything within
Well,
this.
I'm saying like girls inherently have a higher standard of how they should behave, whereas
Mhm.
boys can basically do whatever they want because they're allowed to, and it's in their nature to be rambunctious and disrespectful.
Yeah. No, I've
It's
hated the
gross.
phrase for a while.
Yeah, it's gross. Okay. So then they show up to school. Adam ditches Zoe so that he can make it to his sports. Zoe like walks in the parking lot and she realizes that there's boys everywhere and they're like smelly boys.
Yeah. We get through a bunch of social cliques, and the social cliques are all negative things about boys.
Yeah, so there's the like smelly boys that don't shower apparently. There's nerdy boys that only care about their video games. They're like all playing on their Game Boys or whatever. There's Chad from Descendants, right? So his name in this movie is The Trip, and he runs into Zoe.
Talks in third person.
Yeah, he's like, "You're new here? I'm the Trip, the Tripster." And then he like fart bombs Zoe, which is just farting at her.
Yeah.
And he's like, "The Trip got you. You got tripped up." And Zoe's like, "That's gross. Anyone gonna do anything? He just farted on me." Nope.
Nope.
This is what boys do.
This is
boys
so
will be boys.
Boys will be boys.
They
Am I right?
They fart on new girls.
If you don't want to be farted on, too bad.
Too bad. At least she's outside.
But again, like, I would have more empathy to the plot of this whole thing because there's no boys that entire personality is farting on someone.
I looked before.
Or
if we were in 6th grade, yeah, maybe.
That's what I'm saying.
Because humor is more trivial.
Yeah. Also, just like there's no boys whose like entire personality is being stinky.
Right? And they like don't
high school.
They don't focus on anything. They're just staring off in the distance and they smell bad.
They want to make these commentaries and generalizations about men.
Let's generalize about men.
Yeah. That song is much better than this movie
Yeah.
at dealing with sexism.
Yeah.
It's this movie throws a lot of hasty generalizations out, but doesn't develop any of these boy characters in any way to make them seem human. It just says there are men who are like this, but like there isn't.
There isn't, though.
There isn't.
It's like taking
Humans are way more nuanced.
It's like taking these DCOM high school stereotypes to the absolute extreme.
Yeah, which again would be something I can hand wave away if the plot wasn't literally about sexism.
Yeah. No, exactly. Like, this is driving the plot.
Yeah.
So then Zoe meets a nice girl who's actually going to help her. Her name's Rachel, and she wears a fedora.
Yeah. We talked about Rachel earlier, yeah.
I wrote, in school, Zoe is still obsessed with her phone. By the way, I didn't mention, when she was getting ready, her phone was like, morning routine, blah, blah, blah. Like, they're trying so hard to show, but not actually trying that hard to show, that, like, see, she does use her phone all the time.
With no stage credits, basically.
Yeah.
No stage direction to actually look at her phone or have her head down on her phone. Maybe it's just her phone addicted age. Maybe this was crazy in 2014. I don't think it was.
No, she's just, like, kind of always holding her phone, but she's
not even looking at it.
She doesn't look down. Like, if they wanted to show her obsessed with her phone, she would be constantly looking at her phone,
and
she never does.
Into people and then noticing that they're stinky.
Yeah,
that would make a lot more sense.
Should have done.
Would have made way more sense for the way this.
They're like tell, not show, tell. She's obsessed with her phone, guys. You just have to believe.
You have to believe us,
even though she's never looking at her phone.
And also, her being obsessed with the phone is such a lazy way to get to where they need to in the plot, because they could have not had that. They could have just introduced the phone, really, when she wanted the dog whistle.
Yeah, you don't have to be obsessed with your phone to download an app. What? And then her love interest calls her smartphone, as if that's one, cute, two, relevant at all. He never sees her on her phone.
No.
God. Okay, so Zoe asked Rachel if all the boys are knuckleheads. And Rachel's like, yes, but they're also so cute. Look at all these pictures of boys I have in my locker.
She's boy crazy, but in like a way that doesn't feel ethical.
It's another way that's like tell, don't show that she's boy crazy. She's just telling you that she is, and then has pictures of boys.
It gets a lot worse later when they start controlling boys, and she says, no, keep their shirts off.
Yeah, that was gross. That's gross. That's later.
That's later.
So they see some gross boys, and Rachel's like, they have some flaws, but I'm absolutely obsessed with them. And then Charlie walks by, and Rachel's like so smitten, despite him not even talking to her. So she's in love with this guy, Charlie. And Zoe mentions that she's a dancer, and Rachel's like, oh my gosh, I'm also a dancer. And they're going to go audition for the dance team later. And Zoe mentions that she was going to go to state at her old school, but now she moved here. So she's hoping to get on the team.
Side note, Kelsey and I debated it a bit, and it really doesn't matter. We can't tell if this is first day of school
for everyone,
or not. My guess is it's not, but it's still early in the school year.
No, that would make sense to me.
Just based on vibes of everything, but people do call her the new girl, so.
Yeah.
I guess.
Movies make you think that a new student is such like a spectacle and everybody knows about it. Yeah. But like by the time you get to high school, there's like so many students, at least if you're in like a decently sized school. I guess if you're in a really small school, you'll notice more. But like I didn't always notice a new kid, you know? It doesn't really matter that much. So then they get to Zoe's room, and like class has already started. They are late to class. Like the hallways are empty now. But Rachel drops Zoe off, like, here's your room, bye. Here's like 242, whatever.
But it was the wrong 242.
So Zoe goes into this pitch dark classroom, right? And sees a video of a praying mantis on the screen, and she screams, right? Scary. So then the teacher like turns on the lights, and you see that the whole class is watching this bug video in complete darkness, which is fun.
Yeah. It's a praying mantis, so it's definitely trying to make a commentary about sexism in some way. Consider like the most well-known facts about the praying mantis are its relationship.
Yeah, doesn't Jackson talk about it?
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
I just, yeah.
Zoe realizes that since there's like a bug on the
She's like, this
screen.
isn't
This isn't
algebra.
algebra. Also, they show Jackson for the first time. It's like definitely
Yeah,
16
we
year
need to
old.
talk about what Jackson looks like
He has a beanie and he's wearing sunglasses.
in this black room.
Huge dark room, watching a bug video, sunglasses on.
So the whole rest of the movie, they're trying to imply, no, he's actually this like caring, thoughtful guy who reads literature, and there's more to him than you'd think. He never ever actually leans into the persona of I'm a cool guy, wears sunglasses indoors.
No, he's just dressed
It's
like
just
that.
weird that he's dressed like that on this day of school.
It's
It doesn't
weird.
make sense. Did he get a concussion and like was trying to hide from the light?
Dude makes no sense as a character.
It is one of the worst written characters just in terms of anybody thing making sense really with him.
Honestly, all these characters suck.
Yeah. I mean, they're either cookie cutter stereotypes that you would make fun of
hmm
for like just reinforcing bad tropes,
hmm
or they're just like weird.
Yeah, for real. Um, yeah, so they all stare at Zoe now in the light, and she's like, yeah, this is an algebra. And the teacher's like, you need to go to West 242 on the other side of campus, which I'm annoyed that that's how the school is laid out, but
Some
okay.
schools are like that.
I don't like that.
You don't have to like it.
Cool boy, who I now know is Jackson. That's just how I labeled him before I knew his name. He spits facts about praying mantis and whatever. After the teacher's
The
like, "Are you
teacher's
paying
like, "Oh,
attention
you paying attention, Jackson?"
with your
And then he's like,
sunglasses?"
"I can name the scientific like genus name of the praying mantis and explain a couple facts about it." It's like, why was school like that? Was school ever named the genus? I didn't have to know a single genus in my entire
This
life
is
of
a
school.
bug class, apparently.
What school has a bug class?
Not mine. And then the teacher's like, "Go escort Zoe to her actual class," and he's like, "Okay, sure." So as they walk, Zoe asks if he's a student here. And by the
It's a
way,
fair question because he looks old as shit.
yeah, Taylor sees them from down the hallway, and you wouldn't know her name is Taylor by the movie because they never fucking say it. But I looked it up, and her name is Taylor. She's the popular bitch. So she's just watching them talk. Zoe's like, this place is nuts. No wonder you do the silent wolf rebel sunglasses thing. And then he just stares at her.
And he's just kind of creepily staring a little bit at her
He
chest.
like doesn't converse with her.
He's supposed to be this like touching, soft, emotional guy under the core of everything.
Sure.
That's what they're going for,
Okay.
I think.
Okay.
But like, no,
She goes, "What are you looking at?" And he goes, "I'm looking at you." And then she goes, "Okay, so here we are in the hallway."
always spitting for each other. But
Well, he
oh,
just rambles on awkwardly because he's not saying anything. She's like, "We're just looking at each other in the hallway. It's not weird at all." And Jackson's like, "I bet you're all organized and clean."
he's like, oh, you stereotype me right away.
Yeah.
I'm gonna name everything about you.
Yeah, I bet you're organized and clean. But also, I bet you're artistic and you're a dancer. And she's like,
Also,
okay, so you're psychic. And he's like, I bet you're also obsessed with your phone. And she's like, what? Oh my God. And that's crazy.
I can limit myself to 2 hours of screen time a day,
Yeah.
unless it's 3.
And he goes, see you around, smartphone.
And for the rest of the movie, he only calls her by smartphone.
It's gross.
That's like a neg, right? Yeah, I don't like this guy.
He's never seen her on her phone.
No, they've never interacted with her on her phone.
Yeah. That's dumb. All right, so now it's time for dance auditions. Rachel tells Zoe that her like, "Hey, I have a cool posse and I'm going to let you join my crew," which is actually just me. Cuz I don't have any friends. So you want to be friends? And Zoe's like, well, let me talk it over with my posse. And she like looks away and she goes, "Yeah, yeah, they're cool with it." Like it's a little joke.
Yeah, Zoe could get way more friends than just Rachel.
But like Rachel's the first person to be nicer. Also, like the only other girl we see other than the bitch of the school. So
Yeah,
like I guess that's her only
yeah,
option.
because this is a movie about
About
boys.
boys. So Taylor starts the auditions. She says varsity squad is full. So no new dancers are needed. But if you exhibit perfection and you're awesome, maybe you can join, but you have to wow us. You have to be boom. and she has a little snap with boom. And also, she has a lackey that I don't really talk about.
Yeah. There is no adult supervision in this at
No,
all,
what the fuck?
which is crazy.
Yeah, you gotta kick it up. Did not prepare me for this.
I don't think this is a thing that actually really happens,
No, why
especially
is
not on a tryout, especially
yeah,
not when someone's being explicitly exclusionary like they are here
yeah.
in presumably a partially school-funded event.
I think all school, like fully school
Yeah.
funded event.
So, what the fuck?
Yeah, I don't know.
This doesn't make sense, and the whole plot of this movie would be entirely changed if they made it make sense.
Yeah, and Zoe goes up to Taylor's like, "Hey, I was gonna go to state at my old school, and I have this routine that I was gonna do there. So can I like audition with my own routine?" Um, and Taylor's like, "No,
It was like, I saw you smooching my boyfriend. It ain't happening.
it ain't happening." So Zoe looks in her bag and sees that her dance shoes have like the icky pancake mix all over
This
them.
pancake mix that is gray, by the way. I don't
Now
think we
it's like
mentioned it.
it's like gross and moldy now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We get residual goop, everyone's favorite.
Residual icky goop that you have to put on your feet. She puts the shoes on anyway. I would have just kept my other shoes on.
Also, you could have wiped them off
Yeah.
at all.
With just use the bag and throw the bag away.
Also, why didn't she change into these like right when she sat down before the auditions?
I don't know. So Taylor shows them a dance routine like one time and she's like, "You get it?" Like it's impossible to pick it up. But Zoe's like, "Yeah, I definitely got it instantly because she's such a good dancer."
She's so elite at dancing. Did you know Zendaya was on a Disney Channel show for dancing?
Oh my god, like shake it up.
Oh my god. Can you imagine the world where Zendaya's best known as a dancer? Because that existed for a very brief moment.
She's a good dancer.
Yeah, I'm not saying she's bad.
No, I'm just it's crazy. Now she's like, yeah, known for acting.
Yeah.
But she doesn't sing at all anymore. Except
Not really.
Greatest Showman. But she also dances in that. But yeah.
She's a triple threat, but the acting is the biggest of the threat.
Yes, absolutely. So Taylor goes, "That's the girl I stopped flirting with Roxanne." Oh my god.
Troy Bolton.
Oh my god, that's like totally your ex-boyfriend. She's like, "Yeah, ex, like for now, but like whatever." And then Zoe like is killing the dance. No one else is killing the dance. And then Zoe kind of starts freestyling with her own routine, but then she slips on the gross shoes that she's wearing and she falls. And Taylor goes, "Oops, that's it. You're all rejected." And then Zoe tries to explain that her shoes were ruined by her brothers and begs to be on the team. And she's like, "Sure, you can be on the JV team over there with all those loser boys." And there's like 4 boys just kind of standing around, including Doug from Descendants. He doesn't have a character name. He's short, dork
They also
dancer.
just kind of phased into existence, these boys. They weren't there earlier.
They're just off to the side. And they were dancing, weren't they?
I don't think so.
What? No?
I don't
They
think
just
so.
are on the JV squad.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay. So then later Zoe gets home. Ben gave Humphrey a bath and Zoe gets all wet. Does this count as goop? Probably not. It's water. Zoe sees her room was destroyed by Humphrey the dog, including her music box. It was really
She's really sad. Aw.
And then Humphrey comes in and licks Zoe. Ew. So Zoe's annoyed. And she's like, "You know what? I'm going to download an app.
I can at least fix you.
Yeah. I'm going to download an app to control you."
And she scrolls through dog control apps on her phone.
Yeah.
And she can't find anything.
So she finds this one. Well, she does find something.
She finds a lot, actually. I mean, but she keeps scrolling by reasonable options and finds one that costs $10 and says, "I'm gonna get this one."
It better be good. It's $9.99.
Which is dumb.
That's so much for an app.
Yeah.
That's crazy. She tells the phone, "Sit," and it like plays a little whistle. And Humphrey obeys. And she goes, "Shake," and he does. And then Humphrey just steals the phone. He's like, "Fuck this mind control device. I'm stealing the phone." He drops it in the tub.
Good for Humphrey.
Good for Humphrey.
Humphrey's the most reasonable being within this film of realizing the consequences immediately.
Humphrey is smarter than all the boys who get controlled later.
Yeah. This is where like everything goes crazy and the phone's gonna change powers.
Yeah.
When we get to the new powers, we need to describe exactly how it works.
Yeah.
But this is their logic for why it turns from a normal dog whistle app. Side note, This is a dog whistle app. Can you be a little more blunt with your messaging and doing? Oh, this is a literal dog whistle.
It's literally for dogs, and then now it's gonna work on men. It's crazy. Yeah, so it falls in the tub, which is full of water, and then Ben pulls it out and whips it around to try and get the water out, like, manually. I don't know, but then it flies out the window. So then it, like, gets all staticky, and, it ends up in a food bowl, that's Humphrey's food bowl that's sitting outside, and it's, like, canned, wet, sloppy dog food, just full, outside. Why do they have a full
No
icky
idea.
dog food outside? Like, oh.
She's like, oh, that's so gross.
But honestly, it saved the phone
It
from
was the best
crashing.
place in the entire yard this could have landed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for real. So then later Zoe's sat in her room. Her mom brings her phone and a bowl of rice to, like, get the water out.
This was still when that was like a quaint idea.
Yeah. Zoe says, I need the boys in my life to stop ruining my life. And mom's like, we'll figure it out like we always do. And then she asks Zoe to go on a run with all of them, and Zoe says no. And she just lays sad in her bed. Meanwhile, the phone in the bowl of rice zaps a little bit more.
Yeah, it gets a little bit zapped. Side note, zapped is kind of a stupid name for this because the phone doesn't really get like.
I know. Honestly, I feel like I kind of missed it, and then retroactively, I was like, oh, it kind of zapped a little bit.
Yeah, it like slid around the dish of the home TV cycle. I don't know. It's dumb. That's the zapping. Zapped
Yeah.
is a weird name for this. It's fine. It's catchy and it rings and like is arguably working.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna complain too much about it, but it is a weird name for the plot.
Yeah, I don't really like it. It should be boys or dogs, am I right?
That would fit more.
So the next morning, there's more air horn and yelling, and Zoe grabs her phone from the rice bowl, and it works, so that's good. But the boys are still gross. So Zoe uses her app again to try and control Humphrey, but he doesn't sit this time.
She's like, wow, the only thing this app doesn't work.
What the heck? But outside, the mailman sits, but Zoe doesn't see. And she says, lay down and shake. And the mailman is just thrown all around. He's doing flips and shit.
Yeah. I wanna be clear about this because we won't talk about it happening every time, but this is every single time the app is used, this exact sequence happens. Zoe says a command,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like, do blank, be blank, whatever. The guy that can hear it, any guy that can hear it,
Yeah.
will go. A chime plays.
It goes like,
message goes.
doo-doo-doo, doo-doo-doo-doo.
The guy will lean back like 30 degrees back,
Whoa.
snap up straight,
Like he's in a
and then
daze.
immediately go and do whatever was being talked about.
Yeah.
This is like completely brain psychological altering stuff. This is not like altering or suggesting someone's behavior to change.
Mm-hmm.
This mailman, as we can see, he's even fully conscious still during all of
he's
this.
confused what's happening.
He is forced to sit down, forced to lie down, forced to shake, and he doesn't want to be.
Right.
So from the moment one, we know this is like doing psychological damage to other people.
Yeah.
We know this. Admittedly, Zoe doesn't know this yet.
Right.
But that's going on.
Yeah. And then Ben comes in all muddy, and Zoe's like, back up. And the app goes, doo-doo-doo. So he does. He stops. He backs up. And then Zach has a big gross sandwich he called sloppy nacho borscht witch. And so he's like, put it down. And Zach goes, boo-doo-doo.
So he puts it on the ground.
And she goes, pick it up. And so he does. And she's just kind of like, huh. And then this is the end of the scene. At school, Zoe tells Rachel that boys are acting weird today. And then it cuts over to the dance boys just like doing little arm flaps. And they're not brainwashed or anything. This is just boys in their natural
See,
state.
this is where boys
This is
being
funny.
boys.
That's funny. They're not doing anything gross. They're just like staring at each other, like flapping their arms up, kind of like a bird. Like, it's fun. That's funny.
Yeah.
It's like, why are they doing that?
This is like a rare moment of positive male behavior, except they're kind of making fun of it.
Yeah, I think it's funny.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
It's like random and quirky. Like teenage boys like do weird stuff like that sometimes.
boys will be boys.
Boys will be boys, but in like a funny way.
In the way that would actually work for the phrase.
Yeah. Where it's like, what? You guys are silly. Stop that. But it's not doing anything. It's not hurting anyone. It's not gross. You know?
Mm-hmm.
And then Trip farts on Rachel. And Zoe says, stop. And then he does because the app goes boop. And Rachel's like, did he just obey you? And Zoe
she
realizes,
looks at her phone.
Yeah.
I have a command, like something open on my phone. I never close that app.
And she goes, speak. And he speaks. And she goes, shut your mouth. And he does. And he goes, the trip is tripping. She says, go to the bathroom. And he starts like peeing his pants. And she goes, not here. And then he runs off all embarrassed. It's like, girl.
She never apologized for this by the end.
Why did she say go to the bathroom?
The only people she apologizes by the end is her family and the dancers.
Yeah. What about literally everyone else?
She fucks up a lot.
Yeah.
And again, this is all like brain altering chemistry stuff. This is not stuff you're not being encouraged, guided towards a better path, which I think it would be a way more interesting plot if it was that.
Uh-huh.
Because then it's like changing someone's psyche, changing someone's personality, trying to mold them isn't as valuable as you think. You can make people improve and get better, but also changing their personality and rough edges has a negative effect. Sanitizing the world loses out on what makes life special.
Yeah.
That message is why I've seen a lot of media tackle this type of plot before, way more successfully than what they're going here.
I don't even know what the moral is here. Let boys be boys.
Which again is bad for both anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so in the bathroom, the girls are freaking out because Zoe can control boys. Rachel's like, this is amazing. And Taylor comes in and calls them dorks. And Zoe tries to use the phone on her to command her, but it doesn't work. And she's like, why are you trying to use dog commands on me? And they're like, it's a new dance we came up, and they like dance a little bit, and it's just awkward. And Taylor's like, I don't like to laugh out loud because it shows weakness, but I'm laughing my head off, like in my head right now. Boom. And then she leaves.
Taylor, you deserve better.
Rachel's like, I guess it doesn't work on girls because they're not dog enough. They're catty.
I would like to apologize for everyone that we had a subject to that line.
We had to listen to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're forced to do this podcast.
we were. But you know what? The app definitely works on boys. So, the girls go around to control boys around the high school campus. She has the skaters act like gentlemen, and they cover this puddle with their coats.
Again, immediately there's something where she said act like gentlemen.
Uh-huh.
First off, that means they're acting like it. That means they're not actually gentlemen. Second of all, it's them like putting their coats and stuff over a puddle to let her step over it.
Yeah, and they like open doors.
Which is just immediately too much. They never do something slightly. You don't see the gradual buildup of this like falling in her face.
No, it's always 100% from the get-go, and it also never wears off.
Yeah.
Why doesn't it wear off?
All this stuff is creepy and scary, and not in a way that should be immediately identifiable.
Yeah.
But it's not. Click did it better.
With the remote.
That
I actually watched it.
I mean, it's not that much different. Yeah. I mean, there is a lot of distinctions within there, but it's like there's similarities.
She has the gamer boys start doing something good for their well-being, so they become obsessed with yoga, and they're doing yoga.
Yeah, let's do something good for your mind and physical health.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, let's all get into yoga.
Yeah. And she has the stinky boys like groom themselves, and they're like, why do we smell like this?
And now they've become obsessed with looking good. And again, do you feel good about changing how many people has it been so far?
Like 20 at least.
20 people's personalities, like irreversibly. Obviously, it's reversed at the very end of the movie, but I don't know if all of them were at the basketball game.
And then she makes the shirtless muscle dudes put a shirt on, but Rachel's like, I like them without their shirts. So Zoe has them take their shirts off again.
This is gross.
Yeah.
for one, these are like still. I know it's like a kids show and stuff, and you're allowed to show like a guy being hot in a teenage way for a teenage show,
Hmm.
but like that's one thing. But also we're just literally the whole point of that scene was to sexualize men.
Yeah, they're doing everything to men in this
Imagine
movie.
this movie gender bent.
Oh,
Imagine how controversial this entire movie would be.
oh, it'd be disgusting. And you know what?
And that was going
It's
to be the
disgusting
sequel.
now. That was going to be a sequel.
Think
It's disgusting. It'd be really disgusting if it was men controlling
people
girls,
would.
and it's also disgusting girls controlling men.
I'm of the firm belief that women have it harder than men in society and life today.
Hmm.
One of the exceptions to that rule is stuff like Zapped within here. Zapped would have been, if it was fully gender bent, immediately like ridiculed and hated and protested against.
Hmm.
Because everything that's going on with that in the media would be awful.
Hmm.
It yeah.
Yeah.
It's just more justifiable because it's men are the target.
Yeah. And it just skates on by.
Yeah.
So, okay. She says, "Oh, hey, isn't that Charlie from the hall yesterday who you're in love with?" And Rachel's like, "Yeah, I like him, but he's pretty emotionally closed off." Zoe says, "Hey, Charlie, be more emotionally open to how you feel about Rachel."
Notably, I believe this is through the entire movie the longest phrase that Zoe says.
Yeah,
She could just give a lot more caveats and stuff and make the world that she wants to have happen.
yeah. Um, Charlie looks at Rachel and tells her how he wants to talk about his feelings. And then Zoe tells Trip to be nice from now on. So he acts nicer and he says toodles. But Trip is also like the only one who's freaked out about what's happening.
Ripped is like the only one we get to see actually like have consciousness really talk about this, other than Adam does at some point too.
Yeah.
And that's it. Like, well, I guess the dad as well. He's like, I don't know why I can't get loud.
But they aren't really freaked out about it.
Rip's the only one that's like, something is up.
Yeah.
His one is like the least life changing.
Yeah. Except like when he almost peed his pants.
Yeah. Poor guy.
Yeah. At home, Adam does some burpees and he's like super scatterbrained. Like he's all over the place, right? He has like ADD, ADHD, whatever. Like he can't focus on anything. So Zoe says, focus.
Be focused. And rather than, him like being able to accomplish a task one at a time or something, he just starts staring at a lampshade
Yeah.
for the next couple
The
hours.
things he focuses on are just like one object and he stares at
Which,
it.
like, that's not what the command is saying.
No, it's not. This is like the dumbest one.
It doesn't, yeah, this doesn't make sense.
And Zach comes in with some jelly pickle taco thing, and Zoe's like, "Stop making gross foods." So he starts making like gourmet food.
Yeah. And the rest of the
Fine.
movie, he's just cooking gourmet stuff. This kid doesn't go to school.
No, he doesn't. Dad comes down like yelling because he's just loud. He's a loud dude. He's a coach too, so it's like that's just how he is. Zoe's like, "Be quieter." So he's like, he talks just pretty quiet for
He,
the rest of
like,
the
for the
movie.
rest of the movie, gets no louder than a whisper.
Yeah. Upstairs, Zoe sees Ben making a huge mess in the bathroom with like a slushie.
Tried to flush a slushy down a toilet. Why? I don't know.
And it's all over the walls.
Yeah, what he said was you would think it would flush down there, but it didn't. So apparently he flushed it and it splattered all over the wall.
That doesn't make any sense.
I know. Blame the movie, not me.
So she's like, "Be clean." And so he just cleans the house all the time. He doesn't go to school either.
Notably, this one scene that we had here, all four of these men in the family are changed until the final like scene of the movie.
Yeah.
And their entire personality is whatever Zoe just said.
Yeah. And she's pretty satisfied with her work.
She's very happy with herself.
Mm-hmm.
And she like sees Humphrey on her bed like with a leash and stuff, and they're like, take you for a walk.
Yeah.
It's going great in my life. You even have slaves.
Yeah, so she's walking him in the park and she's like, "Is this the most ethical thing I could be doing?" Nah. It's probably fine. Girl.
Yeah, I would say good job on them for at least mentioning it at this phase, but you can't hand wave it away when it's already been clearly super unethical. Even the positive changes have been super unethical. And that's something that, again, I feel like the movie does not do a good job of demonstrating.
Mm-hmm. So then, Jackson's in the park and he sees her. He says, "Hey, smartphone," and he pets Humphrey. And she's like, "Oh, so the rebel is reading alone in the park?" And he's like, "Yeah, it's
He's like, come
beautiful here.
on, it's beautiful out
It's
here. No
beautiful."
place I would rather be.
And she's like, "What are you reading?" And he
Like,
says,
you're reading The Rebel's Guide to Wearing Sunglasses Indoors?
"Haha, flirting." And he's like, "No, I'm actually reading To Kill a Mockingbird." And she goes, "Oh,
I don't think it was flirting at that point. I think she was trying to make fun of him.
oh, really?" I
Yeah.
thought it was like flirty banter, whatever. But he's like, "I'm reading To Kill a Mockingbird." And she's like, "Oh,
Yeah.
that's actually my favorite book."
Yeah, I think that's where it changes right here, where she's like, oh, he's real.
He reads To Kill a Mockingbird, definitely not as a school assignment, just like on his own, right?
Yeah, totally.
Totally, totally,
Totally.
totally. He's like,
A-
"That's my favorite book."
And
Which,
this,
like, okay, if To Kill a Mockingbird's your favorite book, it's a really good book.
but
And
it is a basic answer.
it is a little bit of a basic answer, but you know what? If you're genuinely like, "No, that just is a really good book," like, I'm not gonna hate you for that answer because it's a really good book. But she's like, "Yeah, that's my favorite book." And Jackson I hate this part.
Okay. Yeah.
Jackson says
Jackson and Zendaya, sorry, Jackson and Zoe are about to talk about the book.
yeah, if for anyone who doesn't know, To Kill a Mockingbird is a book that really tackles racism.
It tackles other things too.
But
It's a
that's, like,
coming
the
of
main
age
thing.
and a lot of things,
Yeah,
but
that's
what
the
it
main thing, though,
it's
is
a great
racism.
book. We've all really read it.
Yeah,
We don't need to
it's,
talk about it.
black man accused of crimes, and the little girl, the scout, that's her name, and the main character, her dad is representing him, and it's about tackling that, and, like, coming of age, blah, blah, blah. That's Kill Mockingbird, right?
Yeah. Jackson and Zoe are about to trade basically one-line literary analyses on a book. I can guess what book this is. Jackson. Ah, yeah. A young girl thinks she has her whole world figured out, only to realize she had it all wrong. It's a timeless tale.
Zoe says, in my interpretation, the young girl keeps her humanity in perspective while the world around her goes crazy.
What the fuck is this? To Kill a Mockingbird?
They're talking about To Kill a Mockingbird.
Like,
So
you can stretch both of those barely, and I get they're trying to flirt with each other and kind of talk about their opinions on Zoe.
they're trying to relate it to this movie plot.
Yeah. To Kill a Mockingbird and Zapped. Clearly the same level of media importance.
I think it should be mentioned that Zendaya is black.
Mm-hmm.
Jackson's is white, right? The actor. And so these characters
Yeah.
are black and white. The black girl says, "Oh, To Kill a Mockingbird, that's my favorite book." And the white boy says, "Oh yeah, a young girl thinks she has her whole world figured out, only to realize she had it all wrong." That's your interpretation of the book as you're talking to a black girl right now.
Crazy.
It's wild.
Yeah. And again, I don't think Zoe's interpretation is good either.
No, she's like, the world around her goes crazy. Like, they kill a man in that book.
Mhm.
They killed him. And she's like, "This is the world going crazy." Okay. And he goes, yeah, there's that too. It's so bad. And this is them flirting. And Zoe's like, "I should probably get home. I'm Zoe, by the way." And he says, "I'm Jackson. Nice seeing you, smartphone."
Yeah, now that he knows her name, do you think he'll stop calling her smartphone? Nope.
No, no,
Doesn't even use her fucking phone.
ever. She's not using it right now. He has not seen her look at her phone at all. And he calls her smartphone.
It's just negging.
So then we get like a 2-second scene of mom getting home and seeing all the boys in the house do their thing. Ben's cleaning. Zach is fancy food. Dad is quiet. And Adam is still looking at the lamp. So now it's a new morning. The dad quietly says, "Wake up this time," but nothing happens because they can't hear him.
He
And
doesn't have his megaphone with him.
yeah, Adam is staring at pictures on the wall, and Zach makes fancy food, and Ben is
Somehow they're all
scrubbing the
still awake
bathroom.
enough to get ready for the day, even though the dad isn't waking them up. If that was
Yeah.
my standard routine, I wouldn't be up until I got yelled at.
I just like writing these notes. I realized how stupid this is that the last scene we saw was them doing the 4 things that they were told to do, and then they wake up the next morning doing the 4 things they were
To
told to
be
do.
fair to the movie, there probably was a commercial break in between.
I guess?
Because that's a very easy point to put a commercial break
Yeah.
right after the mom gets home and everything happens, and then you're resetting into a new day.
It's just literally, like, the same
But
stuff
yeah, on a
happening.
watch like this, it's just the same scene again.
At school, there's the gentleman boys and the yoga boys. Rachel talks with Charlie, and he's really open now about all of his feelings, and he's hugging her a lot. So she waves him away.
She's like, it's a lot.
But it's, like, basically awesome.
Yeah, she doesn't regret it,
No.
but she regrets it.
And then she points out how awesome the smelly boys are now that they have good hygiene.
She's like, oh my god, they're so hot and sexy.
And Rachel's like, "This is a whole new world with the app. Like, any problems by boys, which is like most problems, are now solved. You know, like war,
Yeah, this is one thing I'll say. If this device really existed, maybe there is actual use for this within like
like world peace."
world peace.
Yeah.
But again, I feel like we never get to see Zoe make an actual nuanced case of like, be think about the scientific testing that could actually be good here. Saying like, be 5% nicer.
Yeah, I wonder how that works. Can we get our hands on this device and do like unethical scientific testing?
Because there's stuff that this could actually help because it's really altering stuff. And I know you lose your sense of self, but like for the criminal justice system, this could be a huge help.
Tell the truth right now.
Well, I'm not even saying that way. I'm
Oh.
saying just like don't do crime.
Oh, that's true. Your sentence is don't do crime.
And then only criminals are women. And like girl boss.
Girl boss. And are we really gonna arrest them for that?
Yeah, this is how we could start the matriarchy, but they're thinking too small.
Yeah, for real.
And to get Taylor this app.
Okay, so then later at dance practice, the varsity squad does a routine on one side of the gym, and the JV squad also starts their first practice. And one of the boys is the captain, and he's like, "Does anyone else want to be
Yeah,
captain?"
so my first order as captain, I'm gonna resign. Someone else be
I
captain.
don't want to do it. I can't handle the pressure.
And no one wants to do it, but then Rachel's like, Zoe will do it, and everyone says, yep.
Yep, that works.
Except Zoe's like, I don't want to do it, and then immediately becomes like a dictator in there.
Yes. So, she's like, "Just because we're JV doesn't mean we're worse than varsity." And they're like,
Isn't that
literally
literally
what
the
it means?"
case?
And she's like, "At least we love to dance." And one boy's like, "No, I'm just here to meet girls."
Crazy thing to admit
Yeah. And then
to the
Doug,
first girls that have joined your squad.
yeah, I just wanted to meet you guys. So then, Doug offers to do some traditional
His name
dancing,
isn't Doug, it's Short Dork Kid. Short Dork Dancer.
but he doesn't have a character name, so his name is Doug. He offers to do some traditional dancing from the Maori people, and Zoe's like, "No." And then she tries to teach him a dance, but like no one's picking it up because it's so complicated. And the varsity bitches laugh at them and then slow clap.
I love how you just like so casually slide varsity bitches in there. Like it was nothing to you.
They slow clap for them. And then they have a stare down. The stare downs are so weird because it like zooms in on Taylor and it zooms in on Zoe, like, "Oh, we're gonna fight." And Zoe realizes mid practice that she can use her control app on the boys, so she makes them dance good.
It's like dance good
And
and
then
whatnot.
and then they dance good. And Taylor's like, "How did that happen?"
So yeah, again, this is another great example of you're not changing people's personalities, you're changing their physical behavior.
Yeah.
Because these kids didn't know how to dance well.
And now
We
they
just
do.
saw that. They weren't not trying before.
Or they did know how to dance the whole time and they were choosing not to.
Which is
'Cause at
crazy.
the end, they do dance.
Yeah, well, I'm going to talk about at the end how that's a bullshit ending that makes no sense.
True. I think they just didn't have their hearts in it. And now they do because they're forced to.
No, that is literally not the case. Because later on, they explicitly don't have their hearts in it, even though their bodies are doing the movements. That's an exact plot point later on.
No, you're right. So then they
Don't
have
give this movie credit.
so then they have another stare down with Taylor and Zoe, and they like go to the middle of the gym and the
They're
broad
having a
space out.
dance battle.
Yeah, they literally dance battle.
And yeah, we're supposed to look at this and be like, wow, it's so cool that they're showing them up. This team that is explicitly cheating versus this team of skilled dancers that like have been working for it. I know Taylor's a meanie, but like
But they're
they're
actually
actually
talented.
dancing,
Yeah.
whereas only 2 people out of the 6 are dancing on Zendaya's team. So,
And Rachel's like, wow, we're like just as good as them.
which is crazy.
So then Zoe goes to like the activity director lady. They don't say who this is, but I'm assuming activity director.
Vice principal of some sort,
Yeah.
someone in there, and somehow this is an important enough issue to actually get talked about.
So weird. Zoe's like, I just want to make the case that JV squad is better than varsity squad. She's like, actually, we're better than them. And we should get a shot to represent the school at state. And the director's like, I'm sorry, why is the JV squad better? Like, why didn't you just put all the bad dancers on the JV squad and put all the good dancers on varsity squad? And Taylor's like, that is what I did.
Why does she believe this? The director of everything within here. I know it is actually kind of true, but it's because he's cheating on 4 of the 6 dancers.
Yeah.
And like the one good dancer was getting out for political reasons, but
Yeah.
oh my
Um,
god. Again, how is this like a line of action that's okay, but not having a chaperone for the tryouts is not?
yeah, why is
This
the
doesn't make
director just
sense.
like, this is curious?
Even the non-problematic stuff of this movie is stupid.
And Zoe's like, there was some institutional bias in the selection process, which, like, girl, that was really just for you. Like, you were clearly a good dancer, but everyone else wasn't.
They said they had all the room filled, and that was before she was like for sure eliminating everyone, you know?
Yeah.
If no one graduated, it's hard to kick someone off that's was good enough previously.
hmm Um, she's like, let's just do a dance off to determine who's best. And the director's like, sounds fair enough. We can do it during the halftime show of the first basketball game. And we can use an applause meter to
I've
figure out
always
who
wanted to
wins.
use an applause meter, see who got more applause. Again, another side note. Dance competitions, like, I don't know how they're exactly graded or anything. I don't think they're graded on applause. So this is not
No.
giving your best chance for state
Well,
necessarily.
it's like who's the best crowd pleaser is probably who the judges are gonna like more, right?
No, because grading criteria is probably different.
Yeah.
Probably talking about technical skill and stuff, whereas people who clap might be clapping for a completely different reason. If you went up there and started doing a comedy routine and it was hilarious, everyone would clap. But that's not dancing.
I think they would get disqualified.
But what if you did like a disco move in the middle of it?
I still don't think that counts.
Okay, well, there's a line somewhere within there where it would.
Line somewhere, and we're gonna figure it out. What if they did 2 disco moves?
What if they moonwalked? But it was a part of the bit.
Where's the line? So Taylor's pissed. And then in the hallway, they run into Jackson, and he was looking for Zoe, not Taylor. How awkward is
I was like, oh, it's
that?
my boyfriend.
Ugh. And Taylor's pissed at the universe, and she leaves. And Zoe's like, "Oh, you guys are dating?" And Jackson's like, "Oh, we used to date, but no, it's very over
How in the
now."
world did those two ever get together?
I don't know. Um, he says, "Hey, would you want to hang out sometime? Like, we could just do something chill. Like, you want to go to the diner?" And Zoe's like, "Okay, yeah, I'll meet you there." at the diner." And then later, Rachel's excited that Jackson asked out Zoe. By the way, they're just like at basketball practice in the bleachers for some reason. I don't know why they're hanging out here. But Rachel's like, "Oh my god, yay, Jackson asked you out." And Zoe's like, "I don't know. He said hang out." So like, is that a date? And Rachel's like, "I don't know. It could be either way." Stupid. Um, and the dad is the coach and he's very quiet. And Adam's just staring at the hoop. And Trip is being nice and giving the defense the ball. And Rachel's like, you know how in movies when magic powers go wrong, like, do you think that could happen to us?
Fair enough to point this out, considering what's going on at this practice. But Zoe says, no.
No, no. We just made a few little improvements to our world, and it's completely under control. And besides, the main characters in those movies who mess things up are always boys. So,
Boys, boys, boys.
so obviously, it's gonna be fine. So then later,
Yuck.
It's time for the date, right? At the diner. Zoe shows up and sees Jackson, but he's not wearing his
He's not wearing
beanie.
his beanie and jacket. He looks like a fine young gentleman.
This is him in the post,
This is him in the poster.
and she did
This is the
nothing to
only time
influence
he's in
it.
this outfit.
Yeah, I don't
He
know.
dressed up for this.
But he's playing chess, and they sit down together, and Zoe's like, "Oh, you're in chess club. That's surprising." And he's like, "Yeah, I like chess club. They're good dudes." And then they talk about like girls versus guys and their competitive natures and how like girls want to be competitive and guys pretend to be competitive or
I
something.
think it was boys use competition as a way to be together,
Uh-huh.
and girls get together as a like chance to be competitive.
Sure.
Was kind of the argument they're going for there. I
Okay.
don't agree with that
No, it's weird.
consequence, but that's what they're talking about.
Their conversation is always so weird.
They're trying to be bigger and more profound than they
Mhm.
have the capacity to in this movie at all,
Yeah.
and then they're bad at it.
And this scene drags so bad. Like the whole date drags. There's
And they're
no
just being
chemistry.
awkward. They're
There's no
not good within
chemistry.
there. But she walks away for a second because she's like feeling it awkward. She's like, I need this to go well.
Yeah,
Wait a
he's
second.
not saying anything.
Yeah.
She just rambles on awkwardly with him saying nothing, and it sucks. So yeah, she goes off and she calls Rachel, and Rachel's like, "I don't know what to do. What do boys like?" And she's like, "Oh my god, they like
Just talk
competition.
about this.
They like competition."
Now, this is potentially the most unethical use of the app.
So weird. She sees two guys and she's like, "Hey, flirt with me." And then she goes over back to the table, and the two guys come over and start complimenting Zoe.
Yeah, these two chess nerds come over and are just using pickup lines on her.
Like, "Oh, you're so pretty," and blah blah blah. And it's just weird. Jackson doesn't say anything, and then that's like the end of the scene.
Yeah. Um, this is really bad. And I feel like again, we have to comment on it because it's really bad and they will never mention that this happens again. They
No.
don't hand wave this way. They like the other time that I think it's really bad with Jackson later on, they do talk about and they say that was bad. They don't talk about how making these two guys who are presumably not interested in you, or at least not wanting to make a move on you while you're on a date with someone else, forcing them to do so. And they're going to have to live with that consequence that they did that, even though they didn't want to do it.
And since it never wears off, are they always gonna want to be flirting with her?
I don't think they were at the basketball game, so probably.
Damn. Then they'll never see her again.
So their life is ruined.
So walking home that night, Zoe's like, "That was weird, haha." The boys. And then they get to her house and she gives back his jacket and she goes, "I had a good time tonight." I'm like, okay. We didn't see them actually have a
We
good
didn't,
time at
yeah, we didn't
all.
see them have it. We're supposed to imply post flirting that their date was a success, but since they couldn't film chemistry of these characters, despite apparently being childhood friends, uh,
Yeah. This is like literally the least compatible couple I've ever seen in a DCOM.
but they just are talking like that, and they stare at each other. And
Yeah, he says, "Me too, smartphone." And they stare at each other and he says, "I should get going. See you at
yeah, there's a whole
school."
pregnant pause, and he leaves. We're supposed to, at least the way I'm reading this, we're supposed to be like, why didn't he kiss her?
Why didn't he kiss her? He clearly should have kissed her. And she's like, "Oh, he's so confusing."
Yeah.
Okay, like you went on one date. You don't have to
You know
kiss.
what? People aren't one dimensional.
No, but the movie makes you think
The
that.
movie makes you
Yeah,
think it is in the worst way possible because now we get like a moral of the movie, and it's a terrible moral in both directions.
yeah. So then at home in the backyard, Zoe sees Adam staring at a hoop again and hands him the ball. So he stares at the ball. And she asks Adam for some advice. She went on a date, but the guy is confusing. And Adam's like, "Boys are confusing when they're confused themselves, likely by a girl." So basically, his advice is, "You're the problem." What? And Zoe's like, "Well, I have a right to be confusing. I'm in a new house and a new school, and all of you guys, like, it's so stressful."
Okay, but you're also like causing a lot of issues.
Yeah. Adam says, "And we have a new sister. You know, at the end of the day, boys and girls are all stress cases." Like, that's a fair point.
Yeah.
But
And him being like, you haven't considered our perspective at all. Totally fair. Much better moral than what they were trying to go for.
but I also feel like he hand waves her stress
Yeah.
at the same time, which I don't like.
No, I'm not saying this is well done.
No. And he says, I also worry all the time. I don't want to let the team down and my dad down, and I want to get into college for basketball. That's why I'm rushing around all the time. Or at least I was rushing around all the time.
Sounds like a dig at her, even though from his perspective, he's just like focused now. He can't change that.
Yeah. And he says, maybe cut the guy some slack and try and relax. Boys can be a pain, but we come around eventually. And she says, thanks, Adam. And he says, having a new sister is a big deal, but it hasn't been all bad.
And go, aw, and then he starts to shoot a basketball, but he stops to stare at it midway through the shot
Mm-hmm.
because he can't be a functional human being anymore because his sister ruined him. But it hasn't been all bad.
Yeah, I don't know. They're like making this connection happen. By the way, they have more chemistry than she does
Oh,
with Jackson.
absolutely.
Yeah.
And they already had the weird sexual scene between them, so
Yeah, that was weird.
they
But like, what hasn't been bad? What positive interaction have we seen with them? We haven't seen that many negative between those two, except when he backed his butt into her, that was weird.
yeah,
But
they haven't had much interactions. I can believe it, even I'm okay with believing it like off screen and everything. But the only interactions we've really seen with them is her altering his brain
yeah.
and making him a functionally useless human being.
Oh, we see the other brothers doing their usual cleaning and cooking stuff too. It's like not important.
Yeah. Notably, those are at least stuff that's having a positive impact on life.
Mm.
Him being focused is not.
No, it's really debilitating him.
Yeah. But like if you did the cooking and cleaning thing, those are better plot devices than the focus one.
Mhm.
Because the focus immediately is debilitating his life more than it was helping. You can make an argument at the beginning. She can see that her brother's being clean and cooking better would be helpful. In fact, her brother cooking better, I don't really see a negative in it based on everything that's happening, other than maybe a lack of creativity, but he's still doing a shit ton with it.
Yeah. So Zoe goes to her room and the dad comes in and he shows her that he fixed the music box and he's like, the boys helped too. And Zoe's really touched. So he says, get some sleep. You have that dance off tomorrow. Apparently the dance off is tomorrow.
Yeah, this plot has happened in like
2 days. 2 or 3 days.
which is crazy
Yeah.
because it can't have been more days that they've cut out because more of the app would have been used.
Right? So Zoe's like, maybe I misjudged the guys. Maybe they're okay. Or maybe they're only okay because I commanded them to be okay. I don't know. Maybe tomorrow I'll use the phone and dial it back and give the boys a longer leash.
She's telling Humphrey the dog this, by the way.
By the way, she doesn't do this.
Well, the reason she doesn't do this is the next morning she gets annoyed with them because they're being a little bit annoying. She's like, "Oh no, I woke up late. You know why? Because your stepdad,
Didn't wake you.
didn't wake you up because you made him quiet. Your fault.
And Adam hogs the bathroom because he's looking at the toothpaste and he's reading the toothpaste.
Your fault."
So then Zoe says, hurry up. And Adam starts going super fast because he was told to. And then he falls down the stairs. And downstairs, Zach makes a mess with his food, and Ben is mad because he just cleaned it, and Zoe's also mad.
She's just pissed off at them. It's like, okay, I'm not going to give them a longer leash at all.
Yeah. So at school now, things are getting crazy, right? The yoga and the groomer guys are like fighting over her.
See, I would love if this was like West Side Story and
That'd
this
be
was a
fun.
more plot. Like, oh, that'd be a fun little B plot. But nope. Instead, it's just them making weird puns about yoga and like self care.
Yeah. Charlie's still hugging Rachel. Rachel tells Zoe to fix it, so Zoe's like, stop hugging Rachel. So then he hugs Zoe. And Zoe tells all the boys to stop. And they literally freeze in place. Like
This
mannequin
is
towns.
starting a command chain where they're trying to fix like what they're doing. They're trying to revert.
Yeah.
And so what they've tried right now is saying, stop hugging Rachel. Fair thing to try. And he starts hugging someone else. Okay, that's his work. They just say stop. Every boy in the world stops, which is almost a cool little moment of a scene because all these girls are like looking around like, what in the world's going on?
Yeah.
And it's like jarring in life. But then they say go again and it continues on and everyone acts like nothing happened.
Like, oh, I guess that didn't work. And then Adam's running around. She says, Adam, slow down. And then he moves like really slowly. and the guys still fight, and Charlie still hugs them. So like nothing was solved.
And this is the last time they try and fix the
Yeah,
commands
how
for
about you just
anyone.
say go back to normal?
The key word that like is the solution later on is saying release,
Yeah.
which I'm fine with. That
Yeah.
makes enough sense.
Mhm.
That's something that's like a obey word with a dog.
Yeah.
But also telling them to go back to your usual self would have worked.
It probably would have worked.
There's no reason it wouldn't have.
Yeah.
So they're just stupid. And I blame the movie's writing. I don't blame the characters. They're stupid. It's a clear and obvious thing to try.
Uh-huh.
And instead, all they can do is say other stuff that can be taken in a different way, and then they never try again.
Yeah.
And I don't forgive this movie for that. It's stupid as hell.
At dance practice, the boys tell Zoe, "We resign. We don't like dance. The artistic vision has been squashed, and it's just too intense."
Yeah, you're not letting me do the haka or whatever. The haktua.
They can't do the hawk to it. So Zoe says, "Dance off is today. You can't quit. You made a commitment." And then she uses the app and says, "Dance." And they look distraught and tired as they dance because they're literally physically being forced to. And it's like and Zoe says this out loud. She's like, "It's like their feet are in it, but their hearts aren't."
Again, I'm raising a lot of moral questions about what's happening within the consciousness of your body when this is happening. Because
Yeah.
was the mailman in it when he was doing all of the actions?
No. Taylor tells him, "Oh, you guys should just quit. Good luck tonight." And then Zoe's like, "Dang it." She has this beat, definitely because her dancers are happy, mine aren't. But I refuse to accept that. So then Zoe goes over to the varsity squad and she uses the app to make the varsity boy dancers mess up. Like, she's like, confuse your right and your left. And then they just start running into each other. And Zoe goes, "Who looks ridiculous now? At least my squad can tell their lefts and their rights." And then you see Jackson was there to watch the whole thing happen. He watched Zoe be horrible to them.
Yeah. Again, number one, you're getting mad at these dancers for being training and practicing, and you're the person we're supposed to cheer for.
Yeah.
Again, the only way they make this work that we can cheer for Zoe in the end is by having Taylor literally be raising a slave army.
Yeah, this is the darkest Zoe has gone.
And yeah, we're supposed to be cheering for her. And I understand, like, this is where you're like, oh, she's going too far. But I'm of the opinion she went too far
Initially.
second one.
Yeah, I don't know what Zoe really ever does to be redeemed. Um, she's kind of a bad person.
Yeah.
So Zoe sees Jackson, like he leaves, and she chases after him. And she's like, "What happened in there?" And he's like, "That was your business. I've got nothing to say." And she says, "Taylor's a terrible person. She deserved it." And he's like, "I know who she is. But what I don't know is who you are.
Who are you, smartphone?
Who are you, smartphone?" He's like, "Usually you're pretty chill, but you just treated them how she does." And Zoe's like, "What about you? One second you're nice, and then you're ice cold." And he's like, "You think I'm the confusing one? I like to think I'm pretty straightforward." And she's like, "Why can't you just say how you feel?" And he's like, "Because I don't know how I feel."
And instead of respecting this,
She goes, "Well, then kiss me." And she uses the phone. She says, "Kiss me" through the phone. So then he goes, "Boo doo doo doo." And he goes over and he kisses her on the cheek very awkwardly. And he goes, "I don't know why I did that." Because he was literally forced
because he
to.
was literally
This
forced to.
is literally like assault.
Yeah. Also, by the way that we know the rest of these commands to work, why isn't he continuously kissing her?
Yeah, he should have been kissing her forever for all
Because
time.
that's the logic that they've set this up.
Yeah.
But I don't know. This movie's stupid and bad.
Why?
Also, this is really gross.
That was so weird. He goes, "I don't know how I feel." And she says, "Then kiss me."
Casual forcing a non-consensual kiss on someone. Like,
It's
I
so
I don't
gross.
want to be over dramatic, but like this would technically, I think, be grounds for like sexual assault.
It's really gross. Again, imagine gender bent.
Yeah. This would be ground for a sexual assault case, I
It's
believe.
really
Of course, you'd
gross.
have to prove the magical dog whistle in the court of law.
Yeah. At least it was just a cheek kiss,
Yeah.
but that's still gross. Like, don't force people to kiss you.
And I'm not saying the movie says this is a good thing. It's something, this is like the one thing they explicitly are calling out as being a bad thing.
Yeah. Um,
But it's also, they don't do it enough.
she doesn't explicitly apologize for
No.
this. No. Like, I don't know why this needed to be in the movie at all. And it comes at such a random time, like,
He's just saying that he doesn't know how he feels, and she says, feel this way.
yeah, he says maybe we should just give each other some space for a while. And then he leaves, and Zoe never said anything after making him kiss her. She was just silent. Back inside, the boys are all scared of Zoe, and Rachel suggests that they just end practice for the day, so Zoe is sad. She tells her phone, I'm over you, and she turns it off in her bag. And then in the bathroom, Taylor just takes her phone from her bag, and Zoe doesn't realize. So Zoe's all sad in her room, and then Rachel comes over, and Zoe admits that she took it too far and apologizes to Rachel. Rachel doesn't
Yeah,
even-
Rachel, the person who needs an apology the least, because she's at, at best an accomplice.
She's an accessory for sure.
Yeah, she is quite guilty within this manner. She was making suggestions
Yeah.
about stuff to have happen.
Yeah, she said make them take their shirts
I'm
off.
happy. Again, we talked about that, but like we also kind of glossed over it a little bit. That's terrible.
Well, at least they already had their shirts off.
Yeah.
At least it was their choice initially, I
Yeah.
guess. That's like the one redeemable thing. Okay. She's like, there's gotta be a way to fix the commands, but how? And then Zoe sees a paper on the fridge about a college scout coming to see Adam play. And she goes, oh no, but he can't play. We have to fix this.
Oh no, the consequences of my actions that were very clear that he couldn't play basketball, but I didn't care to fix until it's going to actually impact him. Maybe it was going to impact him beforehand.
Literally the whole time.
Yeah.
And
Socially, it
the
was probably
dad
hurting him a lot.
and the dad couldn't coach anymore.
Yeah. It fucking sucks, Zoe.
She sucks. It's not the game now. The announcer's like, there's a college scout in the audience.
We'll just get into the classic DCOM trope of there being an announcer at like a high school game that is talking about stuff. It is clearly just an exposition trick,
Yeah.
but like none of this exists.
Yeah. Mom is next to the scout, by the way, which we thought was funny. The coach is still quiet. Zoe comes and interrupts the huddle, and then she calls over mom and the other boys because this is a family issue.
Kind of crazy to do this like in the middle before a big basketball game, and everyone's like, okay.
She tries to tell them, like, my phone is controlling the boys. But they don't really believe her. And she says, no,
This
it's
phone
true.
obsessed girl is like, no, trust me, I'm obsessed with my phone.
Yeah, and it's
I totally
controlling
have it
you.
on me right now.
It's why you're all acting weird. I'm so sorry. Like, she apologizes here. She
Yes.
apologizes to her family.
She does.
Thank God. And she's like, I blame all you boys for my new life, but now I want to fix things. And they're like, what if we got a new app and we put in water and zap it and stuff?
They're like, yeah, you clearly must have tried saying put us back to normal, so we won't
They
give
never
you that.
suggest that. No, Ben is like, guys, we have a dog. We know what to do. We just need to do the release command.
And everyone's like, oh. And
Oh.
Mom's like, y'all, this isn't a fantasy mystical world. There's no special app.
Yeah, she's like,
she's
this
just
is
being
stupid.
weird.
Yeah, this is stupid. And Zoe says, no, it's real. I'll show you. Oh my God, wait, where's my phone? It's gone.
Oh no, the most valuable thing in human history to this point
It's gone.
is gone. Yup-oh.
It's gone. The game's gonna start soon. Adam tells Zoe she needs to find her phone. So the girls look in the bathroom.
The brothers just all believe this is happening.
Well,
But
they've been
also-
feeling it, yeah.
The mom not believing it makes more sense. They're all like, I literally can't be my normal self. Something is up.
Yeah. I have been cleaning the whole house obsessively. It's crazy. So then, yeah, the girls look in the bathroom for the phone. They realize Taylor probably has it because she was also in the bathroom. And then Taylor looks at the phone, trying to find the app. So it cuts to Taylor. She's looking at the phone. She's like, oh, there's so many apps on this phone. Oh, look, a dog app.
Her lackey at this point will mentions and goes, hey, there's even an app on phones these days to do math. And Taylor goes, you mean the calculator? I was like, yeah, I like that joke.
Yeah. So she finds the dog app and she tells boys to shake, and they do. And she goes like, Uh-huh. I got it. And then she literally has them carry her in on a throne, which I thought was kind of funny. But she's abusing the phone now. In the gym, she makes the rival team do a robot dance. She is doing things for pure evil now. And then she makes the home team do a kick line, and everybody laughs. And she grabs the megaphone and she says, "Bow down to me," and all the men have to bow down to her, and they just continuously bow.
The mom's probably like, you know what? Maybe there is a magic phone after all. After literally like half of this room starts bowing down, and it's a complete split on gender lines. Very small side note. This would be very affirming to a lot of trans people, I feel.
Oh my god, a trans woman being like,
Yeah.
I am a woman.
Someone gets
Yes.
an awakening in themselves because they're not affected in this moment.
Wait, that's so funny. Like they don't know that they're trans yet.
If we made skits, this would be a skit we
Yeah.
do. We're just
Like,
like,
what's up with you? Why aren't you doing it?
oh no.
Oh my god. Wait, guys. Zoe has an idea to make her stop. So she goes up. She literally tells Rachel, like, I have an idea. So apparently, this is where the whole plan, which
Yep.
the plan, spoiler alert, is that Rachel's going to get into the mascot costume.
This is the climax of the movie. None of this makes sense. And I mean, the whole movie has been bad and controversial at this point, but like, it doesn't stick the landing in the slightest.
No, this climax sucks
It
ass.
sucks because it's A, anticlimactic.
Yeah.
It's really like a lame way for it to end. It doesn't feel earned. The moral that they're trying to push as like the unifying theme sucks and doesn't really make sense. Don't turn your back on your family or whatever. That's not what the moral of this movie's been.
No.
Not in the slightest.
No. Also,
Um,
they're like, what Zoe did is fine because Taylor's worse.
yeah, that's really what it is. It's just showing that it's like, man, maybe let's talk about how the fact that having that phone with this power on it corrupts you into being like a tyrant.
Well, Zoe does destroy the phone, so there's that.
Yeah, but also that's dumb because she doesn't know that everyone's been fixed yet.
It's true. Anyway, let's talk about the climax. So, Taylor's like, "You looking for this phone?" And Zoe's like, "You need to stop. The app won't solve anything." Also, Jackson's here
Yeah,
now.
Jackson has appeared. He wasn't there earlier, but now he's here to watch everything.
He's the only one not being controlled. Zoe goes on and says, "You shouldn't control boys. You should let them be themselves and learn to accept them for who they are."
Like you have? Wait a second, you haven't done that at all, Zoe.
Yeah. I'm not gonna stop. You didn't stop, did you? Do you think it's coincidence that the coolest guy in school chose you? And
Zoe
Zoe's
turns
like,
to Jackson.
she's like, "No, Jackson, I never used the app on you except to make you kiss me." And I'm sorry. I guess she did apologize for
Yeah.
that. My bad. Um, except for the one physical thing I made you do. That yeah, I did make you kiss me.
And yeah, I mean, she didn't use the app on it, but also they weren't ever doing stuff and didn't have chemistry anyways, so
I know. Taylor's like, "Now you want me to give it up after you mess with my world? Maybe I should mess with your world a little. Hey, coach, scooch around on the floor like a dog. And Zach, you need to howl." And Zoe's like, "Stop, Taylor. Don't use the phone on my family. Use it on me instead."
but it doesn't work on girls.
So he's like, "Just say the command and I'll do whatever you want." And she's like, "Okay, beg, pant, sit, shake, roll over."
Zendaya just goes and does it like puppy play.
Yeah. And Adam breaks from the curse seeing her do it.
Yeah, I feel like you're not giving this the dramatic reveal that it's supposed to do. You were seeing Zendaya going on the ground,
Wagging her
pretending to
butt.
be a little dog and stuff. And this is the thing that we see the magical inner trance Adam doing the kick line with his basketball bros.
Uh-huh.
He has this magical ripping noise. It goes, "Rrr," and he broke free, and now he's acting like a dog too
But by his own free
by
will.
his free will.
He's like, yeah. Wait, what does he say? He's like, "We're family," or something. I didn't write down what he says. He's like, "You can't break us from our pack. We stick together." And the rest of the boys join in too, just like her brothers.
Her brothers,
And
but
her
then
dad.
her brothers, her dad, and her mom. And it's like, wow, they're
Oh, and
all together.
Jackson.
And then Jackson joins in, which is like kind of a breach, in my opinion. I get you're standing up against the evil lady and stuff, but You're also not a part of that family in the slightest.
He was never brainwashed. And Taylor tries to use the phone again, but it's not working. I feel like it should work on Jackson because he's not part of the pack.
Yeah.
But apparently he
Well,
is part of the
he's
pack.
part of the pack. Fuck this movie.
And they say everyone knows you can never make a dog turn away from its own pack. And then Zoe's like, by the way, that mascot right there isn't a boy. And then Rachel takes off the mask and tackles Taylor. Like, this was the plan. Put Rachel in a mascot so that Taylor thinks that it's a boy, but then it's not. Why? She could have just tackled her not in a mascot costume.
Or she could have tackled her in a mascot costume before taking off her head and revealing herself right there. All you did was give yourself 5 seconds to like run or hold onto the phone tightly.
I think you should have just ran at her in your normal clothes when she wasn't paying attention.
Yeah.
Or like slapped
This
her or
plan was
something.
terrible. And it shouldn't have worked because you revealed, hey, I'm going to like attack you now.
How about just go up and like fucking punch her in the face?
Zendaya, you are bigger than her.
Yeah.
Just sit on her.
Just like slap her and then take their phone.
This is a use of physical violence I would say is justified.
Yeah, she's like taking control of the whole school.
And she might not stop there.
She might not stop. You can hit her.
That's what I'm saying.
Whatever. So the phone flies up in the air and it takes like 10 seconds of it falling in slow motion for Zendaya to catch it. I mean Zoe. And then she catches it. Wow. And she says, release. And all the boys go back to normal.
And
Cool.
cool. Are we gonna have any consequences for Taylor for doing this? No.
Or Zoe.
No,
No
Zoe either.
consequences.
Which I have a lot of faults with that. Taylor faces no consequences for the crimes she just committed.
True, they just do the dance competition.
Yeah. And she still gets cheers.
She still gets cheers. Everyone's like, well, I guess that happened.
Wouldn't it make more sense instead of having the dancers be good at the end for them to be silly but being themselves? And that was kind of like the moral, and they get more cheers for that.
That's kind of what they're going for.
But like, no.
Okay, cool. Guess it's game time. Everyone's happy. We did it. Taylor's pissed that the new girl and her phone ruined high school. Fine, use the phone to win the dance off, but we both know you're nothing without the phone. And Zoe says, let's find out. And then she breaks it.
She throws it on the ground and slams it with her heel.
Yeah, and she says, there's more to life than what's on a phone. As if she, again, they're like, she's so obsessed with her phone. No, she's not. And she throws it in the trash. I want to know, this trash is like only half full.
Yeah.
I'm going to bring that up again later. She throws it in the trash. And then she smiles at her family, and Taylor storms off.
Yeah.
So now it's like close to the end of the first half. The Huskies, which is their basketball team, are winning. And they're like, it's a landslide, even though they're only up by like 2 points.
They're up by 10 points.
Oh, they are?
But it's
Okay.
like 34-24, which no matter what, but like that's not a landslide. You need to be a 20-point lead in basketball to be a landslide.
Yeah.
IMO, even at like a low scoring thing.
Yeah.
You're just one really good run and the other team's tied.
Yeah.
The
dad has a loud voice again. The scout is impressed with Adam. Zoe apologizes to Jackson again, so that's good.
Yeah, you're like, she never does that.
I thought she
did it
didn't
twice.
apologize for the kiss specifically, and I misremembered that. I knew she apologized to him, generically.
Well, then she says
she should apologize to more of them. But she says, I'm sorry, Jackson. The truth is, I made you kiss me because I like you. And he grabs her hand and says, that's good because I like you too, smartphone.
Imagine knowing that your girlfriend controlled people's psyches with her smartphone and still keeping her pet name as smartphone.
Like, she forcibly made you kiss her for the first time with her smartphone, and you're like, haha, smartphone.
This movie doesn't take itself seriously enough to deal with this topic.
She's like, do you want to hang out? And he says, no, I want to do it right this time. Let's go on a real date. And now it's time for the dance off. So, like,
they're saying that Jackson not setting good boundaries.
No,
or
they're
setting
saying
good wait.
Yeah.
They're saying Jackson not setting good definitions of them going on a date and him confessing his feelings and being able to talk through everything within there is roughly an equivalent thing to apologize for with all of the evil things Zoe did.
Yeah. And, like, it was kind of your fault because you said hang out instead of go on a date.
Yeah.
Even though they're teenagers.
What's this movie?
This movie sucks. All right, time for the dance off. We start with the varsity squad and they dance. And in the middle, Zoe's talking to her squad and she's like, dance with your hearts, have fun, and be boys. And then they all hug. And the varsity squad finishes up their dance routine. And the applause meter is pretty high. They got pretty good applause, even though Taylor's a fucking villain. And now it's time for JV. So they use the traditional dance that Doug wanted to do, and it like kind of slapped a little bit.
Yeah.
This is them doing their own
If
quirky
you've seen like
personality.
a New Zealand big group dance, it's probably the haka. It's pretty well known within there. The rugby team does it before matches,
Yeah.
and it's fun little slapping thing. It ties back to them doing slaps on their own hands and stuff at the door table.
You're right, you're right. And then they all dance to a Zendaya song. And I wrote Zendaya does know how to
The
dance.
song is, I believe, called "Too Much."
Yeah.
It is pretty generic. I
Yeah.
don't think it's awful. I don't think it's good.
It's fine.
It's fine.
But Zendaya's a good dancer, so there's that.
And yeah, they kind of do pop dance other than the initial haka to
Mhm.
begin with.
Yeah. And then they finish the song and the applause meter is off the charts.
Again,
so JV wins.
after all the events of this, how dare you have a dance off between these two people that should go to jail?
But you know what? They get to go to state instead of varsity.
Again, also, I don't think this is a good judgment of who's more likely to win at state, which I guess maybe isn't the point of like doing a competition like this. But like, they just needed it. This whole movie would have been a lot better if there was a chaperone.
Yeah, there should have been a coach. Why don't they have a dance coach?
I don't know.
Yeah. So now, conclusion of the movie, at home, new day. Zoe's gonna go on that run with her family now. And
We're
they're all
all
gonna
like, wait,
along.
we gotta wait for Zoe because girls sometimes take longer to get ready.
And she's like, you think I'm slow? Try to keep up. And she runs. And then they're all happy.
And that's the end of the movie. But
Yeah.
wait, there's credit scenes.
There's like behind the scenes kind of bloopers. The first blooper they show feels so fake to me. Like they
Yeah.
made a fake blooper. It's the dad being like, "Hey Zendaya, come here," and she's like, "Haha, my name's Zoe." And
Zoe.
yeah, and it just feels so fake.
And other than that, it's just a bunch of people dancing in
Dancing.
every scene. They're really making, and this plus what happens after this really makes me think Disney was proud of and excited for this movie to come out, thinking it was going to be a huge thing.
Yeah, where they're
And I'm
showing
like,
look at
what?
them dance and have fun in the credits.
I know you had Zendaya, and Zendaya was already like a name for Disney at this point.
Yeah.
But what were you thinking? Like, if you were just thought this would do numbers, it did enough numbers for you to make a sequel, and you didn't.
Mm-hmm.
So presumably, like the reception of the movie was negative enough that you decided not to make it. In which case, why were you so confident this was going to be good?
I don't know. They literally sequel bait this movie. So there's post credit scene. A random girl and guy are cleaning up the gym, and the dude finds the phone in the garbage. Here's my point with the garbage being half full. They went through the whole rest of the game, and the phone is still on top of this half full garbage. They just threw it on the floor instead of the garbage bin. Like that garbage bin would have been full, and that phone would have been buried. Why did they make it a full garbage can and then put it there?
Someone should have looked at that phone immediately
because it was controlling people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if I was like, I don't know, the mom, I would have digged that phone out for like safety reasons.
Do you think if you're a guy using the phone, it'll control yourself?
Well, I think somehow her stepping on the phone changed the frequency to control.
No, I'm talking about before.
Yes.
That's crazy. Anyway, yeah, the dude finds the phone in the garbage. Girl's like, that's trash. And he's like, careful, maybe it still works. And then it kind of zaps him. And that's the sequel bait. So we don't know if it's going to control girls now. It probably would, somehow. But yeah, they literally sequel baited.
And that's crazy because in every single DCOM that exists, I believe it's just the Descendants franchise and the Zombies franchise
Mm-hmm.
and Zapped.
That's sequel bait, yeah.
That's sequel bait.
That's crazy. That's
And
wild.
specifically only Zombies 2.
Yeah. Tease the aliens,
It's
yeah.
Descendants 1 and 2 and Rise of Red. The Descendants 3 sequel bait I wouldn't count. It was a
With
joke.
Kenny Ortega?
Yeah.
Okay.
I would count that as a joke. And even the first Descendants one, doesn't really feel like a sequel bait,
Yeah, it is a little bit.
but it is enough to count it on the list. Zombies 2 is a clear sequel bait. I don't think there's another one.
Yeah, it's wild. But anyway, that is Zapped. That is our bottom DCOM officially. Like Final J House ranking was the bottom, and it's on our bottoms too. That out of 115 movies, it's
Yeah,
115.
which there are more than 115 in our list, so it's just going to go down.
Yeah, yeah. Now there's been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like 5 or 6 DCOMs since then, and they're all above Zapped.
In terms of movies that I can squeeze in, like, if the entire point of this was to rank movies I get the most enjoyment to least enjoyment from,
Hmm.
this is not the last place movie.
Okay,
Because there's stuff in this movie that's more entertaining, held my attention than some of the other worse movies.
that's a good point.
However, it's its own fucked up piece of media.
It's the
That's
most offensive DCOM.
yeah,
Just
it
is.
is. And like it's something that really just like messes up in a lot of ways, doesn't do anything right to begin with, but does so many things wrong in a way that I'm genuinely like I'm mad at it, and not in a way that I can give it credit for like at least it's like getting an emotion out of me.
Hmm.
I'm mad at it because I feel like it is making the world a worse place
Zendaya deserves so much better for her DCOM,
than
like, than
Zap
Zapped.
and then Frenemies as our other one.
Yeah, it's just like I don't blame Zendaya for this. I blame Disney Channel for this.
I don't blame yeah, I don't know who if there's an easy person to blame within here. I don't think the director probably did even that terrible of a job with everything within here. I don't know, maybe the book works a lot better. I feel like it was just a cobbled together mess that didn't realize how serious of a topic it was actually dealing with and how much it was fucking it up.
Yeah, I mean the book is called Boys Are Dogs.
I don't want to defend that, but I haven't read it, so
Yeah,
not gonna make an assumption.
it's just all icky
Yeah.
and like leaning into the most gender stereotypes ever in like such a gross way.
And it's like you can do that in a movie like that because usually it subverts them, but it doesn't.
It
It
doesn't.
doesn't. At the end of the movie, still are being said, "Oh yeah, boys are stinky. Boys are gamers and they don't care about other things."
Mhm.
And you just have to live with that. And their
Yeah,
negative qualities are part of them. They can't be changed. And you,
I don't know.
I
Like they just missed the mark.
no, nothing's good about this. It is very sexist against men, and it's sexist against women
Yeah,
for
it's
like making the assumptions that it's
yeah,
within,
it's mostly sexist against men, but also manages to be sexist against women too.
which is
Like it's
crazy.
crazy. So that's that. If you have any thoughts, you can email us at the dcomduo@gmail.com.
Comment on
Comment.
YouTube, comment on Spotify,
Yeah. Um, let us know if you're fond of this movie, I guess.
follow our TikTok,
Yeah.
DCOM Duo.
Yeah. Cool. Now we usually spin for our next CCOM, but we're not even gonna pretend to do that because we have a tradition here where every Halloween, the episode closest Halloween, we talk about Halloween Town, and this is our 4th year. So really, happy birthday to our podcast.
Happy birthday.
It's
This
been
is an
4 years.
anniversary podcast.
It
Yeah.
is, yeah. This is our 4th Halloween Town movie. It's the final Halloween Town movie.
Well, it's the start of our fourth
Right,
year.
start of our 4th year.
We've completed
Yeah.
3 years.
Okay, sorry. This is the 3rd birthday.
Yeah.
I'm like,
It's
yeah, that's
confusing because we're on
wild.
the fourth movie.
We're on the 4th Halloween Town though. So this is our 4th time talking about Halloween Town for finishing our 3rd year of the podcast. So while we've been doing this for 3 years, still going strong, still watching DComs, still got another year at least to go, right?
Yeah. We got more than a year, I believe.
Crazy. But we're still going strong right now. Um, crazy to be finishing up Halloween Town in 2 weeks, but exciting stuff.
Finished up Halloween Town, and I believe there's still some franchises we haven't even started. That
I
might
feel
not
like
be
we
true.
started all the franchises, but
Uh,
we definitely haven't finished them.
Under wraps, new franchise, technically.
It's the original.
Yeah, which we would have to
Yeah.
watch first,
I know.
anyways.
I can't believe we still haven't done Camp Rock 2. Just like we did Camp Rock 1 so long ago.
Simon rolled it.
Yeah. But yeah, so tune in 2 weeks to conclude Halloween Town. We're watching Return to Halloween Town, which is the 4th and final in the franchise.
And everyone would agree. The worst.
The worst one. Let's go.
And least favorite.
Thank you guys for listening. Goodbye.
See ya.
Scenes from our next episode.
Oh boy, I can't wait to watch the Halloween Town franchises starring my favorite actress, Kimberly J. Brown.
Where the fuck is Kimberly J. Brown? Who the fuck is that? Is that Aquamarine?
Is she a mermaid?
No.
Crazy. No, she's a witch.
She's a witch now.
Ah.
Yeah, she's a witch for taking that role from Kimberly J. Brown, am I right?
Bow, bow.
At least Debbie Reynolds is still here.
Yeah, apparently she wasn't going to be at one point, which would be crazy to recast both of them.
Oh look, Ryan from High School Musical is still here.
Okay, that's cool. Are you going back in time? Why? Why are you going to a wizard school?
Which school? We know magic school,
Magic
but you
school,
can't do
but
magic.
you can't do magic.
But you can't do magic. That's
That's
not
so
allowed.
dumb. Is it really a return to Halloween Town if you're like not really doing anything in Halloween Town? It's all a school movie.
Well, there's more Halloween Town than Halloween Town High.
That's true. But that's the Halloween Town High, probably more so.
I don't even remember the climax. There's some kind of MacGuffin object.
Oh, the like lord of the school is evil.
Yeah.
Because anyone that goes against Marnie is evil.
Yeah.
Also, Dylan's there and he's annoying.
Just as always.
And the little sister actually doesn't exist in this one. She's not in it.
She's not there, even though she was always the most talented out of all of them.
What? Why? What? Cash, money. That's why.
Can't wait to return to Halloween Town. They had to return because they didn't go there in Halloween Town High. That's why they named it that.